rnA.com today. They are the world leader in less lethal personal defense. It's compact, it's concealable, it's powerful. The newest burner compact fits in a pocket, a purse, while delivering real
All right, I'm
stopping
back.
power for up to 60 feet.
Yay.
I carry one every
Do you
day.
need
I
me to do this
recommend
spot, or
every
did you put one in?
I put one in.
All right, thank you,
one.
man.
Now, it
I
fires
don't know what
potent
happened. Everything
kinetic
just froze
and
up.
aerosol rounds that can stop any
All right.
attacker in their
Hey, you know what? Kind of a long story. Why don't you go ahead and do Vestera again here?
All right.
door.
10 away, okay? Long
Yeah.
story, but you do it.
All right.
Recipient peace of mind, not just for the holidays, but all year round and for many years to come. Go to byrna.com today or visit a burner retail store located in your city. That's byrna.com today.
Hey, if you want to be a landlord without the conventional risks and hassles, then you want the Vestera way. Vestera Turnkey. They hold your hand through the process. First and foremost, they find you the best place to be a landlord in a market around the country with strong equity and strong rents. Then they help you find the right house, buy it, rent it out, manage it, and everything that comes along with it. And then within like 3 years, they help you sell it, all for a great profit. They have been doing it for years, and they can help you. If you want to be a landlord this year, give them a call, 303-888-3788, VesteraTurnkey.com.
Thank you. That was better.
All right, I'll just make sure everything's connected. Testing. Okay. Sorry, guys, on YouTube, more of my morons. Sorry, morons. I don't know what the hell happened, but
Somebody have a Wi-Fi jammer?
yeah, that's what it was. Damn. Everything from my computer just froze up. I've never had that happen before like that.
Mine only freezes up when I'm watching porn. Real inconvenient.
All right.
Kelly is not in the mood today. What's going on over there, Kel?
Well, what's happening?
And now who is this? It's Mark and Suzanne's daughter? Oh.
My son's fiance.
Oh my God, I thought you were saying that their daughter was graduating or something.
She already graduated.
Oh, I didn't know it was an actual potential daughter-in-law.
It is a daughter-in-law.
Oh, I thought you were wrapped up in some crazy delusional. Oh, I'm
All right.
so sorry. Yeah, what?
So proud of her. 6 months early. Already with an RN degree and a job.
You don't want an infant 6 months early. All right, Tom, well done.
Yeah.
Here you come.
Bath.com. Hey, I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. What's on your mind today? How can we help you? Well, I went through all of our problems for the year to come up with trending problems or problems that, you know, were prevalent, okay, the most prevalent. But when I say trending, I mean, with trending, that's another statistic that I went for problems that in the past we haven't seen that much, but we have noticed the trend. In other words, it's not that there's so many, it's just that it's new. and we've never had the problem before, let's say. Let's go to the top consumer problems. Do you guys, I have live contact with my YouTube morons. They're the only ones I can get instantaneous response. Next is my text number, which is 747-999-5280. 747-999-5280. All right. I want to ask, come on now, what is the number one problem of 2025? It's not the problem itself, but the category. If you had to tell me, what is it? Come on, what is it? What is it? I want to hear somebody right now on YouTube. I want you're on the chat. Tell me what it is. All right. I want to know what it is. Now, Shannon, you sit there dumb and happy every day on the show. If you had to pick a category or something for consumer problems, I know you weren't expecting to talk. You probably have your mouth full as usual. I'd like to know what you think.
Nailed it.
What do you think? What do you think the problem?
I am actually eating brie.
Brie, do you know that there was a study done? There was a study done about cheese, and cheese eaters tend to have less dementia. Okay. So what do you think the number one problem is? The number one problem, come on, folks. I'm going to tell you what the number one problem is. Everyone needs to know this.
Scammers online?
Come on. The number one problem, contractors paying money up front to a contractor and getting shoddy work or no work. Number one problem, money up front to contractors. And I'm just telling people that if they did not give money up front, they would never, I shouldn't say never get ripped off. The chances of getting ripped off would be so much slimmer because that's where it starts. They have your money. You're already behind the eight ball. So if they don't finish, you're screwed. They have your money. And then what they do, and they shouldn't do it because of the Contractors Trust Act and the Consumer Protection Act and all kinds of other laws, they should not use that money for other jobs. But they do. Theoretically, money put down on a job should be for that job. You shouldn't use it, but they rob Peter to pay Paul. That's the saying, because they don't know how to manage money. And that's a whole different topic right away when I talk about things. And that is the difference between a business and a trade. Contractors might be great at the trade. They might be a good trim carpenter, or they might be a good whatever they are, okay? But they're not good at business. So many businesses don't know how to run a business. They only know the trade. If you're a good plumber, that doesn't mean you're a good plumbing contractor or a good plumbing business. And people get screwed all the time. They don't know what they're doing, or they get their wife to help them out and to answer phones, or their cousins. They try to run a business. What they do is they think, oh, I'm a good plumber. I'm going to go out on my own. But they don't know how to run a business. Okay, so the result is they commingle money. They have cash flow problems. And I believe in that case, they should not be in business. It's that simple. So I'm going to make this blanket statement. If you're a contractor, I don't care if you're on the referral list or anything, I think it's better if consumers do not pay money up front. Now, I can't make it a rule. I can't say to a contractor, you're not allowed to collect money up front. I can't run a business. But I would say this, as a consumer, I will never pay money up front for nothing. Never, never, ever, ever. So I will do it if materials are ordered and I can verify it, or if materials are delivered, or if work has started, and that could include plans and all of that. You have to use common sense. And then when you make money up front, or when you put money down or make payments, do it like with a credit card or a escrow account. When I say that, people's eyes roll back. Honest to God, you don't know what I mean when I say an escrow account, do you? Do you really know what I mean? Of course you don't, because most people never deal with an escrow account. But you can, for a big construction project, literally hire a title company or a bank to have an escrow account where money is drawn out after certain milestones are reached. It's complicated. It does cost a little extra, but those services are available if they're even doing them. Some have gotten out of the escrow business because they don't want the liability. But in any case, make a payment so you can reverse it if you have to or contest it. That would be a credit card. But never pay money. It's just very simple. Never pay money up front for nothing. Never. Never. That goes for cars, contractors, and everything. But right now, we're talking about contractors. Money up front. No work done or shoddy work done. What's the number 2 problem? I'll tell you that right after this.
Awesome.
Now, impact traffic.
Yeah, we've had one accident coming in through downtown northbound I-25 at 23rd. Right lane still blocked, and it's slow back to Broadway. It's going to be a bit of a delay in there. Southbound's been affected a little bit. 270's running a little heavy, both directions out of Commerce City, but for the most part, freeways are light. Watch for light malfunctions or dark intersections. Got to treat those as four-way stops. The Longmont Boulder diagonal, 119 at J Road, out of the Boulder area is still tied up with lights out at that location. With traffic, I'm Jonathan Steele.
This report is sponsored by Supersure.
Do you own a small business? You need to hear this. A seismic shift is coming. It's time to get super sure. Not kind of sure, not pretty sure, not a little sure, but super sure. The seismic shift is coming. Super sure, coming soon.
I'll tell you what else is coming soon. A ticket for a DUI or some other stupid. You know what? There are a lot of assault charges filed during the holiday season. People get into scuffles and arguments, and one says you did this, the other said, I never touched you. Listen, I don't want to joke about criminal activity and charges. Many times people do stupid things, and other times they are falsely accused, or there's something in between. Don't ever try to handle any of this on your own. It can ruin your reputation. It can ruin your future. Joe Lazzara is a criminal defense attorney. He's been advertising with me for 30 years. Joe Lazzara, he does a very simple way of doing business. He talks to you free up front with initial consultations that you need right away. And then when you decide to hire him, he gives you a flat rate for your case. That's it. It's that simple. Lazzara, Lazzara, 303-429-6200, 429-6200.
Thank you. What do you mean weird?
Weird? Who's weird? You're
talking
weird.
about a
I'm
mir-
weird.
I know that.
We're all weird.
34th
No.
Street.
A
You
miracle
can't
on
handle
30
the truth.
A miracle on 34th Street. You remember the two
I want to
versions
know the
of it?
best. I want to know the best movie ever for Christmas.
Best Christmas movie?
Yeah.
Oh man, It's a Wonderful Life.
You think so?
Oh my gosh. I cry when the credits start. I am a sap, dude.
I don't. You
have
know
to
what?
wait.
It's not that great. Although
That's fine.
it has repeatedly been voted one of the best.
It's a great story. He's an adorable guy, and you know, he was fighting his own demons coming back from World War II at the time, and it was transformational for him. But it's adorable in it. Miracle on 34th Street. It's adorable when the girl is presented who in 1994 was deaf, and he spoke sign language with her. Do you remember that?
No.
Santa. The girl is brought to Santa.
No, I
and
didn't know
Santa-
that. I didn't know that.
The mom goes, "It's okay, she's deaf. She just wanted to see you." And he starts speaking to her in sign language. And it's adorable. In the 47 version of it, 1947 version, the girl speaks Dutch. The mom drops off the kid and she says, she speaks Dutch. You won't understand her, but she just wanted to meet you. And he starts speaking Dutch because he's Santa Claus. And it just kills me. Nobody? Nothing?
Nope.
All right. Heartless bastards, all of you.
No, that's not true.
It's so sweet.
Do you have the camera on, by the way?
It was
No.
on, but then you hung up on it, right?
The camera is having difficulties.
Do we have to get a new one?
No, I don't think so. It went through a update yesterday, and it was acting temperamental.
She used that excuse 3 days ago.
Shut the fuck up, Shannon.
You said on Monday it went through an update yesterday and it's acting up.
Are you like
It's still going through updates.
why are you so why are you so bitter? Why are you so bitter, sister?
The
Because
phone.
I have to go to California.
Well, that and the phone's going through updates and she's going through menopause, so it's an ugly combo.
I already went through menopause. I'm just trying to watch my girl graduate.
What girl?
I didn't know her son proposed to a woman. I didn't mean for that to sound the way it did. I didn't know that there's a woman graduating that her son proposed to. There we go. I think that came
Hey.
Really?
With my grandmother's wedding ring.
And she's graduating what, high school?
No, she's graduating 6 months early from the University of Arizona to go into nursing, and she's got already a job at NICU.
Thank God it's not a middle school bridge
She
ceremony.
was Tom, she was in NICU.
Is that like the intensive care unit for babies?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was in there for about 7 months. She was
Wow.
born addicted
Recently?
to heroin.
Oh my God.
That's good to check off your list early.
And meth.
Oh my God. Do they arrest the mom in that case like that? Can you get can you get your baby taken away?
Well, here's the deal. Her dad is wonderful. Very close with him. She has 2 other siblings by 2 other baby
But
daddies.
she's obviously an addict, right?
We've run out of time. Here we go.
Okay.
Radio app, search show name. Listen.
Hey, I'm Tom Martino. The guaranteed lowest price. Listen, for a furnace replacement right now, they guarantee the lowest price. That's renewhomeinnovations.com. The lowest price. No griping. Just call them 303-904-2000, 904-2000, renewhomeinnovations.com. So I was talking about the problems and contractors up front. And whenever I do this, I get texts, Tom, how dare you say, not to use me if I need money up front. Yep, that's true. Now, I did get a text saying about there are people on your referral list. One guy said, I used the recommended people. I've used 2 of your recommended people on your referral list and had to put down a sizable amount of money on one and a moderate amount of money on the other before the work was done. I'm wondering if that needs to be a requirement. I can't make it a requirement. I can't tell people. And I will say this. You have less of a chance.
Trust them.
Yes, that's exactly. Thank you, Mark. Mark just chimed in again. He's back on. Yes, of course we trust them. And would I give them a down payment? Yes, I would. I mean, but most of them don't ask for money up front for nothing. Most of them have a reason for money up front. They've started work. They started planning. They ordered materials or materials are delivered. And you can verify all that, good. All I'm saying is this. If you take a universe of people who have been ripped off, most of that universe comes from people who've paid money up front. So you have a bigger chance of being ripped off. That's just how it works out. And a lot of contractors don't know how to manage money. We'll talk about this and more. And the number 2 problem has to do with cars. It takes the 2 and 3rd problems. We'll go after this.
Running a business is hard enough.
Somewhere in the basement. Thank you.
All right.
Hey, look at your email I'm sending you.
My email? Okay, got it.
I'm just forwarding you this. He can't get in touch with him. I mean, he just simply can't. So I don't know what to tell him. He's emailed. He's left messages. And it all started let me tell you how long ago. This isn't like he reached out to him like a day ago.
Okay, hold on. All right. Let's see.
It's going back to December 12th. So, I mean, we're talking a week.
Okay, let me see.
Names her kid Tyra.
Okay.
Like I said, he's been trying for a week.
Got it.
There is the possibility that Greg Biffle's plane just crashed.
Shut up.
You know Greg Biffle?
Yeah.
NASCAR?
Yeah.
I'm going to tell him that someone's going to be calling him.
Yeah.
Do you see his phone number there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
What?
Nothing. No. I can't talk about anything. But oh shit. Okay. Damn. I'm wondering if we should do something about this. Let me.
I love how I have no idea what you're talking about.
I'm gonna text what Sue's just sent me.
Okay, good.
Okay. I didn't know this, but we may have to make adjustments here because I've gotten inquiries from people who've paid money. There, I just texted you a note. This is all I got from Sue's. It's cryptic. I don't know exactly what it means, but I am very concerned. Trust me, I've been on this journey. God.
Yeah, I know. No. Yeah, we know that.
Did you know about it, Mark?
Yeah, and we know her whole plan. It's all good, man. It's just a very tough month right now.
How is she doing?
She's actually not in horrible spirits. I mean, it is what it is.
Did it start with the breast?
That I couldn't tell you.
Okay.
That I couldn't tell you.
God, there's so much of this shit going around, Mark. Jesus.
It's that fucking COVID.
There you go.
It is kind of funny. After COVID, all of a sudden, all kinds of weird shit, honestly.
One thing I hate, though, is when anyone, and I'm not talking about this particular situation, when people on our referral list don't answer me back, I just get so pissed that they can't just...
Yeah, but she literally could be out.
No, not her. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, in general, like Barry.
She's got, just so you know, that company has someone starting January.
I know. Yeah, I heard that she's training. Yeah. She sent me all. I got that on the text.
Yeah. And honestly, I am more than willing to give grace. There is no money issues. There's nothing like that.
Okay. I believe you. That's good.
I don't know how I would react getting a diagnosis like that. Unfortunately, you do know how you would react.
Oh, God, Mark. Well, you saw how I reacted. I didn't know what to... when I look back on it, I will tell you the truth. I don't know where I got the strength because right now it scares the living shit out of me thinking about what I went through. And I went through it.
No,
but when I was going through...
When you're going through it, you don't even think about it. You have to go through it.
I know it. And I didn't have my son asked me, he says, Dad, how are you doing this? And I said, what are you going to do? You got to fight. And then I just don't understand it, though, because when I look back now at it, I think, did I fucking do that? Oh, my God. I mean, that surgery, just getting ready for that surgery, I can't believe I wasn't scared out of my fucking mind.
On a side note, Suzanne knows somebody that is 5 years clean.
Oh, good.
And had the Whipple and everything. No, but listen, it goes another step. They happen to be your age right now. So their surgery was 5 years ago. And they're a big-time advocate for it in Denver, or in the Colorado area, I assume Denver. It might be just a good connection for you.
Yeah. Just for encouragement, if nothing else. My God.
Yeah, exactly. So, and I think they do some, I don't know, some outreach and stuff.
Yeah.
So, Suzanne, I bet she's listening. She'll send you the info.
Jesus.
That's kind of cool, though, when you hear 5 years. That's really where they start going, okay. I remember my mother with breast cancer. Once they hit that 5 years, like, you know, you weren't getting checked every year. Things just change.
Yeah.
I mean, not to make light of it, and it's not like I can't compare my situation, but you know, like when you say you look back and you can't believe what you did to get through it, I think that every time I leave Golden Corral.
You prick.
I can't believe.
No, like for example,
reminds you every day.
For example, people ask me now and then, like they used to ask me, "What if you got a diagnosis of cancer?" And I thought, "Oh my God, it would just blow my mind," and it didn't. At the time, it didn't. Mark and Suze were the very first two people I told after Stephanie. They were at my house.
Yep.
I think it just, I think your brain gets into that fight mode. It's going to be fight or flight.
It's a little fight, and it's a little like, okay, well, this is what we're doing now. It's like GPS rerouting you. You're like, oh, well, okay, this is the direction I'm going now.
And if you think back on it, Tom, everything just like every other day was something. It was either bad news or a surgery, or you're in the ER, or you have sepsis, or really, you had no time to think of shit.
I know it. Jesus Christ.
You're thinking of, oh, shit, I got to get to the ER. I mean, really, that's your thought for the day. Or, oh, shit, I got a blood test coming back. Or, oh, shit. I mean, it's just constant.
I know it.
It is kind of amazing how our brains just put us to where we need to be, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hey, I'm here. Marc Mager's here. We're solving problems, answering questions, taking complaints. We want you to give us a call. I know a lot of people love texting and emailing, but if you give us a call, we love shooting the breeze, because here's why: more people can hear it, and then we can talk about it. You know, I mean, and we'll do what we can to help you, and we always give priority to phone calls. And if you call us at 303-MARTINO 24/7, 303-627-8466, we'll talk to you. We'll call you back and talk to you. So you don't even have to worry about catching the right time or holding. You just leave your phone number. That's what's important. And you can give out 303-MARTINO at any time, or 303martino.com, which is just a website with all of our contact information, a very short, abbreviated website for getting a hold of us. And I put some short show notes in there from day to day. Kathy, she says she's got a problem here. Let's hear what it is. Kathy, welcome to the show. I'm Tom Martino. What's going on, Kathy?
Hey, Tom. I have a home in New Mexico, and I own the home with some family members who currently already filed for a Chapter 7 in Colorado. We both live in Colorado, own the house in New Mexico, and I need to find some representation for myself to deal with a trustee.
Okay, but here's what I need to know. The bankruptcy is being filed here in Colorado by your relative?
Yes.
Okay, and that relative owns half of the house with you in New Mexico?
Yes.
Okay, and how much equity is in that home?
Well, they are saying fair market price at $140. It's a small rural town, and we currently have a renter in the house, and his rent has a contract till March of 2026.
I understand, but is the trustee, when you say you need legal representation, and sometimes you do, what the trustee's job is to go after as much equity or as much savings or as much money there is, and then they get a commission on what they collect for creditors. So their goal is to collect as much as they possibly can from the estate. They call it the bankruptcy estate. And then you pay into that estate and you settle your bankruptcy. And if there's zero assets, then it's zero. So is the trustee, though, making noise about, I don't think they can force you to sell that house when it's co-owned. We can find out. We can call one of our bankruptcy attorneys and find out. Kachina, why don't you just do that? Try to get Mike Wink on the phone if you can.
I can tell you, I definitely want to get Mike's advice, but I can tell you there is no way. Like if the couple owns a house together, and one of them, not both of them, but one of them files for a Chapter 7, they cannot force the sale of that house.
That's what I was thinking. May I ask, Kathy, why did you ask about legal representation? Is the trustee making some noises? Tell me what's going on.
Well, he sent an email, and we did talk verbally, and he said that I had 30 days to get back with him. I did make an offer on the house, but then I started digging a little more.
But did the trustee say 30 days for what? What did the trustee say? Did the trustee say he's going to try to force the sale of the house?
Yes.
You know what? I just thought of something, though, Tom. I doubt it's the case, but if it's joint tenancy, that could happen for sure.
What do you mean? Now, which one is the joint tenancy?
Joint tenancy is where you own 50% of the house and I own 50% of the house.
Right. Mm-hmm. And if you each have your own half, maybe the trustee can go after that person's half. And that's probably the way it's owned. You each own your 50%. And the trustee wants to sell that other 50%. You know, I really believe they can. I just don't believe they can force this. Yeah. I don't think they can force the sale of the house, though, because, I mean, how would they do that? How would they put up half of that house? How would they do it?
That's for Mike Wink, but I really do think they probably can.
Yeah, because that is a nugget.
Yeah, he has a stipulation.
They can't force the other person to move out or sell their 50%.
That's right. That's right.
I think they could literally take, I don't know. We got to get Mike Wink on. I'm dying to hear the answers now. So
why don't you, Kathy, hang on or give us your number and we'll call you back. We will definitely get someone who deals with this every day. This is pretty serious. And by the way, as far as legal representation, it's not going to be much you need an attorney for. I just wonder how far they can go. For example, they're literally trying to force a partner on you. But what I want to know is who would ever buy it? That's the point. And the trustee may find that your offer might be the best offer. Did the trustee reject your offer or did you make an offer yet?
I did make an offer. He did take the offer, but the stipulation doesn't say that I'm free and legal of any type of lien. So I need the stipulation also to be reworded on the
what do you mean? What does the
form.
What do you mean by that? I don't understand what you're saying.
Well, what I read is that I need to make sure that he doesn't have any legal course to come back on the house or to anybody else with the bankruptcy to have any liens on the house.
Well, you would have. I understand what she's saying.
Well, first of all, no one can put liens on the house for the bankruptcy because the bankruptcy takes away all personal liability right now from this guy and puts it on the bankruptcy estate. So people can't go around the bankruptcy and lien the house and say, "You bastard, you owe me money." He's protected.
Okay.
He's protected. Your is it your brother, your sister? What is it? Your brother-in-law? What relative?
My cousin.
Okay,
it's a cousin.
So your cousin is protected.
Do you know if it is tenants in common or joint tenancy? Do you know the answer to that?
It's a joint tenancy.
Okay, that's okay.
Fine.
Then
we're both 50/50.
Then we're all on the same page.
And the renter also offered $125,000 for the house because he wants to buy the house.
Okay, how much when you offered the money? It's really very simple. You buy your half or the other half, your cousin's half, and you pay the bankruptcy estate the money. And then the house, it's all yours. I mean, I don't see what you're now. Obviously, you want a real estate attorney to look this over, like Brad O'Brien. That's what I would have. That's who I would go to because really, don't get what I'm saying is don't complicate it. You tell the attorney you simply are buying half of the house from your cousin who is going through bankruptcy. But people don't have, and even Brad O'Brien, I don't know how much he knows about bankruptcy, but a lot of attorneys don't understand the full bankruptcy. Right now, your cousin is protected. No one can come after that house. They have to go through the bankruptcy. So I just think that what we're going to do right now is we're going to
have Mike. We're going to take a quick break. Mike Wink's going to be on as soon as we come back, and let's ask him all the questions.
Yeah, and here's Brad O'Brien, though. It's OLS. It stands for O'Brien Legal Services. OLSlaw.com and 720-370-7388.
Yep.
Get Broncos games started right with the Broncos VIP tailgate by BullseyeEventGroup.com before every Broncos home game. Menu from Food Network chef Aaron May. All you can eat and drink for 3 hours. It's the Broncos VIP tailgate. Get tailgate tickets now at BullseyeEventGroup.com.
Sheridan Auto Tech is the place I recommend to everyone for their cars, for repairs and maintenance. Kevin Calkin and his team treat you like family. That's why I affectionately call him Uncle Kevin. You know what? They do pre-buy inspections on used cars too, which is really cool. They do 2 hours of a pre-buy inspection. And they can service your car like mine, even when it was under warranty. They can do your regular dealer service, your regular service, and save you a ton of money from the dealer. 303-455 7242. That's SheridanAutotech.com on Colfax, west of Wadsworth. Plenty of parking, a beautiful facility. SheridanAutotech.com.
Yep.
No, thank you.
No, thank you.
No, thank you.
Oh, my God. Oh, Jim. Oh, shit.
What?
Nothing. I'm reading more about this this cancer. Jesus Christ, it's so sad. Fuck. Oh.
Hey, Tom.
Yeah.
Mike only has about 15 minutes.
I got it.
We'll
going
go
right to him.
Okay.
How long does Mike have, Kelly?
15 minutes.
Okay. So
Starting
he can
now or when you called him?
So he can hang out like 20 minutes tops?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Maybe,
but he's only good for 5 minutes?
I think 45 minutes. I'm going to say 45.
Well, he's been on hold for 2 minutes. Does that mean he's got 13 minutes
left? Yeah, that's what it means.
Correct.
Huh.
Correct.
Are these billable hours, Kelly?
I don't know. Shannon, what do you charge?
One dinner at Golden Corral with drink?
We went and bought, okay, I'll tell you how silly this is. We went and bought a gift card to Shanahan Steakhouse for somebody. We have had a gift card for the exact same amount, I believe, of the one that we bought to Shanahan's for over 2.5 years. Now, does that whole thing sound crazy? Shouldn't we have just taken the gift card that we had and given it to somebody because we haven't used it in 2.5 years? Everybody's nodding yes, Suzanne. Yes. Everybody.
Why don't you just go and use it yourselves?
Well, the reason we haven't was mainly because I was on that shot all year and I couldn't even fathom eating a steak.
Yeah.
What a waste of money. You go get what? You go get $100 steak and you eat 3 bites of it? I mean, that's insane. I couldn't do it. I just simply could not do it. And it is funny when you're on those GLP-1s, your significant other definitely is affected big time because you don't want to go out to eat. You don't want to do shit. A big meal for me was like fried pickles.
Did you at least go to Hooters?
I never liked Hooters.
Oh, Hooters is the best.
What do they have? They have the wings and the aren't they like
really
oysters or
good.
fried shrimp or some shit?
No, they have really good fried pickles.
And jiggling tits.
Yeah.
Well, I never really looked
Is
at the
there
girls'
even a
tits.
Hooters around anymore?
No.
They had a Hooters casino for a while that went
only
belly
one,
up.
No,
Tits
that
up.
was in Vegas. Yeah,
They went
it's gone.
tits up.
I picked my mother up. She was in Vegas same time I was. I picked her up in a Hooters pure orange stretch limousine in front of all her old bridge people in front of the Caesars. And she she couldn't believe it. She was embarrassed to get in.
Good.
Oh, that's
brilliant.
awesome.
It was brilliant. And if you knew my relationship with your mother, my mother,
Oh, pardon me.
with your mother, that's even funnier.
Even
If
better.
you knew my relationship with your mother,
Yeah.
Oh, Lord. I have to go see my mother next week. Let's not go there. My first Christmas without Daddy.
Who would technically be your mother?
yes, technically.
Well,
Yes, that is correct.
I am going to visit Daddy, and I am going to put a bouquet at his sarcophagus. Or whatever the hell it's
Well, we're proud of you, Kel. Stand by.
Coming soon.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. We have Mike Wink with us from the Wink Law Firm, and he does bankruptcy. I've known Mike for many years. Mike, when somebody owns a house 50-50 with a relative, and the relative is going bankrupt, what can the trustee do? Can the trustee say, sell the house and I want his 50%? Or, I mean, how does that work? So her cousin owns 50% of the house. She owns 50% of the house. How does that work in a Chapter 7 bankruptcy?
Yeah, that's a very good question. So do they both live there, or does the debtor at least live
It's
there?
a rental. It's a rental. They rent it out.
Okay. So it is a gray area. The trustee is going to push hard to try to get money out of the home to pay for the debtor's interest in the equity. They can't really force a sale, so they can't force the other party to sell the property.
It's joint
But they
tenancy.
can keep the bankruptcy open indefinitely, right? So that it's the debtor's interest is now property of the bankruptcy estate, and it will be. So it creates kind of a standoff, but typically you try to resolve it by pulling a HELOC out or doing something to pay off the trustee so that
Yeah, and if Kathy wants to buy her cousin's half, that's usually the most attractive option, wouldn't it be, for a trustee to avoid
sure.
commissions and all that?
Yeah, if she can afford it. And she does have some leverage in the negotiation because the trustee will want to get this resolved.
Right.
They don't want a bankruptcy estate open for years and years, even though it can be.
And they don't want probably to have to list it and pay commissions and all of that. So I think she could get a deal.
Sure. And that's something that we could help her negotiate if she's interested. She could certainly try on her own, too.
You know, that's a good idea, Kathy. Have a bankruptcy attorney try to negotiate this.
Remember, guys, well, Mike doesn't know this, but there's someone else that wants that ownership too that happens to be renting in there now, and they're offering a certain amount of money.
Right.
So I doubt he's going to take a less amount.
Well, he would if it means that the renter needs representation and commissions will be paid and the estate nets less. I think the trustee wants to know what's going to net me more money. And that's where Mike can point all that stuff out. And, where Mike is used to this, he'll say, look, let's net you the most money. My client is willing to pay this, and there will be no real, in essence, no closing costs. I mean, it's a transfer. And it's a payment made to the bankruptcy estate. Kathy, I would at least consult with Mike Wink for sure on this. He could be the one you need for everything when it comes to negotiating a purchase of this house. Now,
okay, that's exactly what I need. Thank you.
And I'm going to give you his number, but I want to ask Mike something. Mike, if she didn't buy it, can a trustee literally sell half of that house and force her to be a partner with someone?
That is another very tricky question. Typically, any transfer on a deed is going to require both parties on the deed to sign. So it is very difficult for the bankruptcy estate to sell their interest without the cooperation of the co-owner of the property. Now, that said, the bankruptcy estate can make life difficult, right? They want half the rents, and there's a lot that can go into it. You kind of got a new roommate here. So, like I said, I think everybody has an interest in trying to settle this, and because it's not easy for the trustee or the bankruptcy estate to sell the property, to sell the interest without the cooperation of the other party, it gives the co-owner a decent amount of leverage if they're able to buy out the other party's half.
Thank you so much. That's Mike Wink, the Wink Law Firm, and his number, Kathy, is 720-523-0620. 720-523-0620. Mike, thank you very much. Okay, now we have another Kathy. Kathy, you have an issue with a roofer. What's going on, Kathy?
I had my roof done. I called. I had a leak. Come to find out, it was from the chimney, but the roof was bad. I knew that. So
okay, but was this a result of a storm? Was it an insurance loss?
Yes. And there was a storm. I had water come into my living room.
And when was it replaced?
Almost 6 months ago.
Okay.
June.
So what's going on?
Well, I keep sending them. The contract did not include a breakdown of everything included in the loan.
What loan? What loan? What loan?
They got me a loan. Help me get a loan.
If it was insurance, did you have like an ACV policy?
Yeah, I don't understand why you needed a loan if it was an insurance loss.
Because I wanted to upgrade the roof, and I went for a higher roof price. I'm getting up there in age.
Out of curiosity, how much more from what the insurance was paying? How much was the loan for?
Another 12, something like that.
12,000.
It's probably she probably went from a class 3 to a class 4 shingle is all.
So listen, so you got a loan, and there is no requirement that the contract be broken down unless you demand it. I mean, there's no law that talks about this. I mean, so what is the issue right now? What is the issue?
I cannot get the final or the breakdown. There's a couple issues. One, it was actually a chimney issue, and I ended up having to pay out of pocket for a new
but
cap
I still don't understand, Kathy. If the roofer's been paid, why do you need a breakdown? Tell me who wants this breakdown?
In order to get my insurance money. In order to get the money from the insurance company.
Oh, okay, got it. Okay. So to get how much of this will the insurance pay? All but about 12 grand?
Yeah, the initial pay was $9,000 plus. And I mean, they did pay the interior stuff.
Okay,
the
so you
initial
need
payment
your
for-
insurance. Your insurance is asking for a breakdown in order to know what to pay.
Right, because they only gave me like $500 for the removal and replacement of my solar panels, and the roofing or the solar company charged me $7,000.
So you want to use this to try to get more money from your insurance, or to get, is your insurance refusing to pay everything?
No, they're not refusing to pay, but what they're paying is, like I said, like for the replacement of the solar panels and stuff, is less than what I was charged, and yet.
Okay, so you feel if you can show in the contract that you paid more, or you're being charged more than they want to pay, that your insurance company is going to up the amount they pay you. That's what you think, right?
I believe so.
Are
And
you sure the
also-
insurance company has not been paying the contractor directly? Do you know the answer to that?
They paid me.
Okay. Okay, so
I
right
had to
now,
send the check off.
let me get this straight. You have a certain amount due to the roofer, and you need, well, if you tell the roofer, look, I want to get you paid, break down the contract for me so I can show them where they're deficient in their payment, what does the roofer tell you?
They sent me a material list with those prices. But also, when I was getting it set up, they told me they were giving me $2,000 towards the chimney to be fixed. They never gave me that money. And yet, I don't know how much or what all is in the contract that I'm paying. The roofer's been paid. The loan company.
Are they asking is the roofer asking for more money?
No.
No,
But-
she's trying to get reimbursed.
I'm trying to get reimbursed, and I want to make sure what I'm paying for in that contract.
Right.
And they won't break down the contract.
Yeah, and they don't have any incentive because they've already been paid. So you need
Correct.
this is a tough one. I mean, they've already been paid. They don't care. And it would be
they don't give a crap.
it would be a courtesy, but I don't know how you force them to do it. That's the problem, Kathy. I don't know how you force them. Unless we call and if you just call and ask, what do they say? If you say, look, I'm trying to get reimbursed for my insurance company, just do me a favor and break out the different categories so I can show them. I mean, what do they say? Your insurance just won't simply pay a lump sum?
They'll give me a lump sum, but it's, like I said, I'm not even sure it's going to cover, where they might come up. Like
how much?
for the solar panel.
What would the difference be in what they're willing to pay you and what you think you should get? Like, what's the difference? What are we talking about here?
About $8,000, I think.
So you think if you show them the contract, you can get about $8,000 more?
Right. If I can get them to break down that contract.
Right. Mark, do you have any ideas on how you would I don't know how you force them to do that.
Well, I don't know if you can force them, but I think a call from the right person, like maybe Dimitri or somebody, might be able to get them to simply break it down. Maybe they don't understand, or maybe they're hiding something is the other thing. I don't know what's going on over there.
That becomes my concern. Because like I said, originally they told me that they were going to give me some extra money to pay for that out of the loan to pay for my chimney to be
How do you know this? I asked you this before, but how do you know they didn't collect supplemental payments from your insurance company directly? Are you sure they didn't?
And from what the insurance company shows is being paid out, Everything has come to
Yeah.
me.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I think that's not going to be the issue. So I don't know how we force him. We just have to call him.
I guess I look at it this way. I don't know if he'd get involved at this point, but this is something Matt could go through. And if he got a copy of what the insurance is paid for in the claim, in the invoice, he might be able to get her more money, but it's so little for him. I don't
he's
know why
not going
he'd
to
do it.
No, I don't think he could take the time to do it. It's just too much of a hassle. I think what we need to do is, as Mark, as you suggested, have one of our deputies call the insurance company and reason with them on look, we're not asking, not the insurance, but call the roofer and say, look, all we're asking for is a breakdown so she can negotiate with her insurance company. And I think that Deputy Bo might be the one for that.
He'd be good.
Yeah. So here, what you want to do is take your information, Kathy, and we don't have our deputies in today. But Deputy Bo, you'll be hearing from somebody who calls himself Bo, and let's just see if Bo can put in a call to the insurance company. That's what I would suggest. 303-713-8255. We're talking about a lot of things today. Get your calls in with any problems, question, or complaints. One Clear Choice Garage Doors. I love these people. I'm so happy to have them on board. They do 24/7 service, which means if you have a broken spring, you can't get your door closed, you can't secure your home, they have emergency 24/7 service. They also, of course, can do any garage maintenance, any door maintenance, any opener maintenance, any part of the door, any part of the opener. OneClearChoiceDoors.com. I've been dealing with them for years with rave reviews. 720-370-3987.
Yep.
Nothing here, so I have about 6. Thank you very much.
Go
Bye.
poo.
Okay.
You can go poo.
Are we
All right.
done with
I'm
Kathy?
walking away for a minute.
Ask Mark.
Mark, are you done with Kathy?
Mark's not listening.
Of course.
Mark, are we done with Kathy? Mark. Are we done with Kathy?
Yeah, have Kelly give everything, get her name, phone number, address, and get it over to Bo.
Really? Address? Oh, because we got to check the house, huh? Is that right, Mark?
Yeah, I mean,
Kathy,
Bo
we're
can
gonna
get
go
that
ahead
from
and
her.
escalate this to one of
It's
our
not a big deal.
deputies. His name is Bo. He's
Hello.
gonna go ahead and
Hello.
take care of you.
Hello.
What is
Hello.
your
Echo.
best phone number
Echo.
to reach you?
Tom is pooping.
What would you rather hear? Someone say, "Oh, look at the poopies," or "Look at that shit."
I'm gonna go ahead and send
I
your
think
phone
poopy
number to
sounds
Bo,
worse.
And if you could give him your
Yeah, I'm not a
address and
excrement
all of
fan.
the applicable
I
information.
like going.
He's
Yep.
gonna go
I
ahead
like
and
stuff
help
leaving
you,
me.
okay?
Mostly.
Okay, thank you.
Like your ex-wife? Oh,
I gotta get better at breaking up.
that's true in your case. You're not very good at that. You, you have none of the benefits, but yet.
I'm like a doctor that thinks I can bring the patient back, no matter what stupid, horrible thing I do to it.
After 3 months in the grave.
Yep. No, I got this. No, flowers will bring this thing back to life. I'm on it. There's got to be a name for whatever disorder I have.
Oh, I'm sure there's lots of clinical
Yeah.
names for it.
It's not quite Munchausen by proxy, because,
I've been wondering if that's what's happening to Kelly slowly, if you've been slowly poisoning her.
yeah, but there would have to be some hint of wanting to rescue her, which I hope I'm not giving off.
No, you've stepped in for her rescue a few times when I've been irritated. So this whole thing could be, I think it was more of your way of you not getting yelled at.
Well, and there's a part of this that is better the devil you know. And as much as I hate seeing her get beat up on, I also kind of like seeing her get beat up on. I don't want to break in anybody new, huh?
Can you believe they have not caught this fucking Brown University guy yet?
Well, it's kind of tough when the entire city and the university loves what he did.
Yeah. And he doesn't look like a very mobile guy. He's kind of heavy.
You'd pretty much think any international house of pies in the greater Providence area would be a hideout.
What?
Remember the old House of Pies?
He's probably a student.
Check every women's restroom for him. Is there one single shop there that sells those kahifas or whatever they're called, the checker pattern towels they put on their heads? Whew. Yep, not a fan.
Oh my goodness, Tesla's going to hit 490 today. Everything's up except for inflation. Inflation came in lower. So all you Trump haters, suck on that. Did you watch his speech last night?
Nope, I had balls in my face.
It was great.
Good.
Did you say you had balls in your face?
Yep. Sitting courtside at CU, dribble. But they didn't allow fans in.
What?
They announced early no fans, no crowd, because they didn't want people driving in the wind. There was no street lights. There was no traffic lights. Boulder was dark.
Boulder is dark.
No, maybe dark meat on the inside. But no, there was maybe 100 people that they had let in, people that had traveled with the teams or family members.
So it was boring as hell.
Well, I'm never excited.
Oh, come on, when Coach Prime was first there.
Oh, yeah, this wasn't football. No, well, I still like being around Dion. It's interesting, man. It's weird being in the room.
He's a cool dude, man.
Because he is as charismatic as any human I've ever been around, with the exception of Garth Brooks.
And Tom.
Yeah, Tom's all right.
What how do you compare him to Garth Brooks?
That when you're in the room with them.
Oh, really? Good. Oh, cool.
There is a magnetism that you can't take your eyes off of them. You're hanging on every word. It's the same with both guys.
That's crazy. I bet Trump's that exact same way.
Oh, I bet. I guarantee it. Here we go.
RHI.com.
Hey, Tom Martino here with Marc Mager. We're talking to you about your problems, questions, and complaints. And we invite you to call us at 303-713-TALK when we're on the air here, or you can call 303-MARTINO, 303-627-8466, 24/7.
And that number, by the way, when we're on vacay, you can call that, and we most likely will reach back out to you, or help at troubleshooter.com.
Yeah. And the text number, which I get on my personal cell, is 747-999-5280. So the number one problem for the year, contractors, where people pay money up front and they either get no work done or shoddy work, definitely by far the number one problem. Going back into our database, the next one, used cars. Now, used cars take the second and third position of problems, but there are different issues. The first one has to do with people buying high mileage used cars and not getting them checked out. So they expect the dealer who sold it to them to do something about it. They buy it as is, but they expect, I don't know what they expect, and they don't expect problems. They buy cars with 100, 150 or 200,000. Those are the three major goalposts that I use, because I say over 100,000 you're going to have problems. And then I say over 150,000 you're going to have major problems, and over 200 you're going to have catastrophic problems not worth fixing. So don't ever. I would say don't ever buy a car with more than 100,000 miles, but I know some of you will never listen to that. Definitely 200,000 is out. I mean, I just even can't believe that people even consider that. And the reason they do it is because the price is down. It's actually better to take up money and put money down on a newer car and have a loan. It's actually less money out of pocket with a decent car. Again, it all has to do with how you buy a car. You can't just buy junk to begin with or overpay. And that's one of the biggest problems. People buy junk or they overpay or both. And when that happens, nothing's going to help you, no matter what. So one of the biggest problems, people don't research and know what to pay or what they should pay. And really, there's no coming back from a bad purchase. When you just don't do your homework and you overpay for a car, there's no coming back from that. Or if you buy a piece of junk riddled with problems. Okay, so I said cars took the second and third position. The third position, okay, so used cars, high mileage, not getting them checked out, not understanding the true meaning of the word as is, okay? The next one with cars, extended warranties not covering issues.
I'd almost argue that could be a little higher, because there is not one single day, maybe 48 hours that goes by without hearing from one of those problems ever on these warranties.
Recently, we've had those. On the numbers, a lot of these overlap, Mark, so that could be, we do hear a lot, though, you're right, about extended warranties not covering issues. And here's one of the biggest problems with extended warranties on used cars. And I downloaded one as an example, but they clearly will not fix pre-existing conditions. Anything that was pre-existing, or if a pre-existing condition caused the current problem, even if it wasn't the direct problem, it was a causation of a problem you're having now. And for some reason, when people write to me, I just had one today, an email, and they start out by saying, within 2 weeks, or within 1 week, or within 30 days, that actually doesn't help your case. That makes it worse, because the sooner it happens, the more likely the insurance or the extended warranty company is going to call it pre-existing. So that's where you get into trouble, is, they look for reasons. The very first thing they look for are reasons not to cover these extended warranties. I don't think extended warranties on used cars are worth it, okay? Because of a few main problems. One, pre-existing conditions. Most used cars, when they have a problem, it will be from a pre-existing condition. It's not new, okay? And that is the biggest hang-up, pre-existing condition. The next one is when it comes to the cumulative total of repairs, when they add up to the market value of the car. So many people think they're buying a 5-year warranty, but they're not. You buy a warranty, and whatever they pay out on that warranty, they add up. And when that equals the fair market value of that car, you no longer have coverage. It's diminishing coverage. So as the car gets older and worth less and repairs get more, you see where if you drew it out on a chart, you have diminishing coverage, and very seldom will have the length of time on that warranty as you are promised.
Hey, we got to take a break, but then We got a very interesting call coming up on stem cells. I'm not sure what it is.
Okay, so just have them hang on, Gary. We will get to your question on stem cells coming up. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Waterpros.net, the best water systems, the lowest prices, bar none. Think of water. I mean, we talk about supplements and health. Good water is needed, and Water Pros does it best. 303-862-5554.
Yep.
Now, impact traffic.
Yeah, we are in pretty good shape out here. We're not dealing with a lot right now. Kipling and Bowles on a crash, and it looks like also Lincoln at Jordan, if you're down south along Jordan Road or at Lincoln, could be a bit of a factor. We've got a little bit of volume. Pena is running slightly heavy coming out of the airport. Eastbound 70 from Tower out to E470 with construction. 270, both directions slightly sluggish also. Foothills Drive's not bad. We've had a rock scaling closure, but it's back to normal. But there's a semi-rig that's broken down into Idaho Springs on the eastbound side of I-70, blocking the right lane. With traffic, I'm Jonathan Steele.
This report is sponsored by Our American Stories.
This is Lee Habib, host of Our American Stories. Be sure to tune into our podcast. This week, tell the tale of the Hollywood heartthrob who became one of America's greatest spies. You won't want to miss the next episode of Our American Stories.
John Fuller is a personal injury attorney I've known for so many years now, and I recommend him because of the way he conducts his practice. First and foremost, he'll talk to you and you and you right now. If you've had an accident and you have questions about yourself, about injuries, or about your loved ones, or about any part of the accident, you can talk to John Fuller upon the very first call. You don't have to commit. You don't have to sign. You don't have to do any intake whatsoever. Just talk to an attorney. Talk to John Fuller. If you decide to hire him, and there's no obligation, then he works for you on a percentage fee basis, and you still get personal access. You get his cell phone number, honest to God, his personal cell phone. You can call or text anytime. It's the real deal. John Fuller, 303-597-4500, 303-597-4500.
Yep. Magnanimous. Is that the big bottle of champagne?
Magnanimous.
Magnum.
Yeah, that's the one.
No, I'm saying. I mean,
it's
very bizarre to see Adam up at 5:30 in the morning and, come stumbling into the bathroom and
stumbling.
Yeah, because he just got up.
Oh yeah.
So he's like, I've already been up for an hour and a half, so.
Yeah. I'll go rest my eyes and I'll come around front and get you.
Okay. Do you want me to call you before so you don't forget?
No, I will set an alarm, and it will work, just like when I normally do the 2 o'clock.
Well, I got to see Addison graduate, so that's the most important thing. Very proud of that girl.
She's gone from almost dying.
Well, she was a newborn. It's not like she's addicted to drugs anymore, dude.
How long has she known you?
They've been together since junior year of high school. So, and my mom, I can't believe she did this. My mom gave her all of my grandmother's jewelry, including the engagement ring my grandfather gave to her, which is what he proposed with when they were in Hawaii. So,
boy, if you told me 11 years ago that Donald Trump and Dr. Oz would be in the Oval Office reclassifying marijuana, I'd tell you to fuck off. It's crazy.
What are they reclassifying it as?
I'm sure they're
As
taking
candy.
it out of. Yeah.
It's going to be
It's free.
considered Class 3 candy.
Like a candy cigarette.
Breath mint. It's in the same category as a breath mint.
That's not good.
Yes, Tim, you want a new Tesla. Get that Model Y, dude.
Here's the only way. What are you saying, Mark? I was thinking about a Y. Why did you just say the Y?
For Tim, because it's Tim.
But why a Y?
Well, over a 3. I don't think he's buying an X.
I just love the idea. Stephanie is so...
Oh my God, Mark. So Adam has to go to Canada for the first time to see some of his team.
Yeah.
And
see some of his
all
team?
of their
Yeah.
all of the rental cars there are Teslas.
No, really? That's cool.
And he's like never driven one.
Well, they're not that different.
Grok will drive it.
Well, it's weird because, he's kind of like, I don't know how to effing drive a Tesla.
Well, it's Canada. He's going to have to do a lot of crazy things.
Well, it's in Montreal.
It's even worse.
So he doesn't speak French, so he's really screwed.
Here we go.
All right, I'm Tom Martino. Let's talk to Gary. Gary, you're on with Tom and Mark. What's going on?
Oh, hi, Tom. Thanks for taking my call.
Yes, sir.
These days you hear a lot about non-surgical solutions to pain relief.
Right.
And to me, that's code. To me, that's code for what used to be called stem cell surgery back in the 1990s.
Yes.
And
or snake oil.
The problem is, A, it's not covered by insurance.
Right.
B, you need to do it. You need to have a lot of treatment. So before you even know if it's going to work, you're tens of thousands of dollars.
No, not
into
tens
it.
of thousands. I would say about 7,000.
Yeah, and it's not covered by insurance.
Yeah.
And you hear every other commercial seems to be for these.
Well, Gary, I want to
And
give
to
you
me-
some. I want to give you some information, and I'm going to hold you over if I don't finish because I don't want to rush through this. I know a lot about it. Because I researched it for myself personally, and plus, way back we had sponsors who wanted to advertise. Stem cell therapy is also under a bigger umbrella called regenerative therapy. And the reason they make a distinction is because stem cells are very, very tenuous. They do not live outside of the body unless you condense them and turn them into a drug, which is not permitted. So the only way to get true, and I don't care who is advertising or who says differently, they're wrong. The only way to get true stem cell therapy is to have the donor there with you at the time of treatment. That's either yourself or someone, but no one really does that. They use their own stem cells. And the only way to get true stem cell therapy is to use real stem cells at the site of treatment. That's the only way. You cannot ship stem cells through the mail or through a bonded carrier or frozen. You cannot ship them and have them viable at the other end. So that's why everyone has gone to the term regenerative medicine, because stem cells, once the stem cells die, believe it or not, the fluids are still regenerative in a way and can help you. So they're not totally useless. They're just not as effective as your own stem cells. Now, DenverRegen.com uses a combination of the regenerative fluids and your own stem cells. There's something else too, which is platelet-rich plasma, PRP. Hold on, and we'll come back and you can ask questions, but I promise you that you're right. There are no guarantees, not covered by insurance. You could end up spending 10 grand and get no results. That is the truth. So you have to go with a clinic with stats on past cases similar to yours.
Nice.
That's the real thing, the stats. But man, he's so correct. You don't know what the hell's going on. You know, Talib, I don't like your name. I think you ought to switch it back to Talib. Sift through the BS is like big deal. It's too hip for the room.
It's the most wonderful time of the year.
But you could... Okay, now, I want to know about... If you're going to buy electric, if you're going to buy EV, it's got to be Tesla because of the technology. That's all there is to it. I don't necessarily think they make the best mechanical or trim.
Oh, here we go.
No, Mark. I'm just saying I don't think they necessarily make the best actual car. I'm not saying.
How much money have you put into your BMW since you bought it?
Not that much. I mean, because it was under warranty. But
okay.
But
How
Mark,
much was all...
Mark, I'm not saying they don't make a good car. I'm talking about EV to EV, not EV to automobiles. I think as an EV, do they make a substantially better car, let's say, than another EV maker? I don't know enough to know it, but I from what I can tell, shopping around, the EVs are pretty solid cars in general. The platforms. I think the biggest reason for buying the Tesla is the technology. It really is.
Wow, that mountain.
I don't know. I think that the technology is the biggest selling point because having seen just the Tesla and I haven't seen the others, as I said, I don't think the finish and trim and construction is necessarily the best. Even on the body reveals and all of the finer points, I don't think they pay attention to detail. Although your X is beautiful, I mean, there's no doubt about it. But have you looked at, like again, I wouldn't consider them because of the technology, but the Rivian and the other EVs, there are some really nice looking EVs out there. Some of them basically just take a gasoline car and slap electric motors on it. And that's like a disaster.
Really? 12 o'clock?
You know, but if you lined up all the EVs as a car, not the technology, not the self-driving thing, I wonder where Tesla would stack up as far as how the actual finish, the trim, and the body, and the components, and the suspension, and all of that. I wonder how it all stacks up, the actual EVs. I really don't know enough. But I know Lucid is beautiful. I know that the Rivian is beautiful. I know Mercedes makes a beautiful one. Beamer makes a beautiful one. But I don't know what they will give you as far as longevity. I don't know. The whole thing is kind of weird.
Tesla holds over 40% of the market.
No, there's no doubt. There's no doubt they are superior, but I'm not talking I'm not talking about them being bad.
You're not talking about how valuable the company is or the likelihood they'll be around in a year.
No, I'm not talking about that. You're right. I'm not. And but I don't think Lucid's going anywhere. I don't think the other ones are going anywhere.
I think Rivian's in trouble as we speak.
But also, what about the regular manufacturers that are going EV? I don't think they're going anywhere. I mean, Mercedes makes a beautiful EV. The problem is
Rivian is in significant financial trouble, burning billions in cash each year, struggling with production costs, facing a slow EV demand. They're probably not going to be around soon.
That could be.
So I would not go that direction.
Yeah. What about the regular manufacturers that are dipping into the EV market?
Well, I mean, once they start actually outsourcing or using Tesla software, they might be decent.
It's so hard to, I don't know. I obviously, just because of the technology, I would not consider anything else because you're like, why bother going EV and not having all the conveniences? I mean,
Rivian lost 1.17 billion just in quarter 3. The problem is they don't have they have no turnaround. They don't have a plan in place. They lose 6 to 7 billion a year. That's remarkable.
Well, how do they even stay in business?
I have no idea. No idea.
I wonder who. I don't know, man. When are they going to start outsourcing the technology?
I think Hyundai will have it in 27.
Oh, that's a long time. I'm just not sure why they depreciate so much.
Lucent, listen to this. I find this impossible. This might be the wrong Lucent. Hold on.
Lucid.
It can't. Lucid. Thank you. I typed in Lucent. I'm going, there's no fucking way. They have a market cap of 100 million.
You know, for a lot of people, I mean, maybe the technology isn't that important to them.
Once they get used to it, there's nothing more important. That's it. It's once they get used to it. And the robo-taxis will help there a lot. In fact, when we're in Austin in a week, I'm hoping to hop in one. I know they're driving around.
We did that in Phoenix.
Yeah, but you got into a
Waymo, yeah.
That's crap. That's shit.
What was crap about it?
They can't get on the highway.
Oh, why?
You're not going to take it to the airport. I have no idea why.
Well, they did have Waymo shuttles to the airport, but I didn't know anything about the highway restriction.
Maybe it's changed. Let me look. Does Waymo... I know in Vegas, I've never seen one on the highway.
Is it because they can't do it, or the technology is bad, or what? And it seems way complicated.
Okay,
their technology.
In select areas...
Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hey, I'm here with Marc Mager. I'm Tom Martino. We're fighting for you, answering questions, taking complaints, making your life just a little easier. We are taking calls at 303-713-TALK. That's our studio line when we're here on the air from 10 to 2 every day, Mountain Time. And if you call 303-MARTINO during that time, it'll come through to the studio. But 303-MARTINO does one other thing. It puts you through to our offices when we're not on the air, and we're able to call you back. So pass that number around if you need help or information or referrals on any consumer problem. 45 years recovering hundreds of millions of dollars in cash, merchandise, exchanges, refunds, and services. And Gary left off talking about stem cell therapy.
Gary's gone.
Oh, he is gone. Okay. But he brought up a very good point, and that is you spend a lot of money and may not get results. Now,
I want to tell him a quick story. I assume he's still listening. I kind of was like, I kind of thought it was snake oil, especially back in the day where they'd ship the dead stem cells and chiropractors would shoot them in you and nothing would happen. But then John Fuller, who fills in for Tom and myself, told me something that has changed my thoughts on it if it's done correctly, like Denver Regen does it correctly. He had his shoulder done with stem cells, and he had it done probably 4 or 5 years ago. It has been perfect since. No surgery ever needed. The pain is gone. It fixed everything. It's incredible, and I believe every single word John said.
Oh, yeah, he's very credible. And I had stem cell therapy done, and it did a remarkable job on my lower back. Now, I did go through with a surgery and had the facet implant done, the TOPS procedure, but that was because my back was so far gone. But that's a testament to stem cell therapy, because as crazy far gone as my facet joint was with L4, L5, that stem cell therapy took away my pain. It really did a remarkable job. And I couldn't believe it. One of the things, it took about 2.5 to 3 months to feel results. And they do a combination of PRP, platelet-rich plasma, stem cells, and regenerative fluids. And it's just a great concoction. And they have really good luck on lower back and neck issues and elbows. Here's what you want to do with a stem cell clinic. You want to make sure they're for real, first of all, and they've done previous procedures that you're thinking about. And you want to know the stats on them, like what is their success rate? No one has 100%. Some people have better results than others in certain areas. Denver Regen happens to be really good with lower back issues. And so you just ask them, how well do you do in this area? The last thing they want to do is have a customer who is unhappy. So they keep stats on you, and they do follow-up questions and exams to see what areas of the body have the best or the most likelihood of success. It's a very, very speculative area of medicine, though.
I was reading about, this is not too long ago, a couple of weeks ago, about where TOPS has come, which is what you had done, like you just said. They now can take multiple units, whatever that TOPS unit's called, and put multiple one, and then they collect it with connect them with what's called the VersaLink system instead of fusing. So when you had yours done, I think you could only have one.
That's right. In
the United States. Right. Now with this VersaLink, they can connect them. I mean, that's crazy, man.
Yeah, and it's one of the best. I mean, I've never.
It's nuts.
Oh my God, what it has done for me! It changed my whole life. That implant, it changed my entire life.
Weren't you one of the first to get it done? Was like literally
the first FDA approved in America.
That's insane.
So what happened was, look. Everyone said fusion is the only thing you can do. Now, the reason they say fusion, what fusion does is freezes up the bad joint. So if you have like a bad L4, L5 is where 90% of the men have a problem. And then it spreads from there. But let's just say you have a bad joint. I call it a joint because that's what it is, a facet joint. And it's between L4 and L5, and it's pinching on nerve. If they can decompress that and pull it apart and freeze it in motion.
Gone.
Yeah, the pain's gone. It does work. Fusion does work. The problem with fusion, first, you have limited motion. Second, you have eventually in 85 to 90% of the cases, something called adjacent disc disease or adjacent joint disease, which means pressure is put on above and below the fusion. So those joints start giving out. And if you talk to people who have been patients of fusion, they normally end up having multiple fusions over the years and eventually become a Frankenstein. They're just stiff. So what everyone has been trying to do since the dawn of the fusion is to try to find something that allows movement. Now, TOPS is not the only procedure out there. It's the one I had by Premia Spine. It's not the only one, but it is one of the only ones that mimics the facet joint. It mimics the disc, the joint, and the tissue, the bone, and it has silicone on it, and it's made from titanium. And what happened was I happened to read about this, and it was developed in Israel, and the guy happens to have a home in Boulder, and the president lives both in Israel and in America. And I got in touch with him, and he said, we're coming to America soon. And so my surgeon literally went and got trained on it so he could be there for me. I mean, that's how wonderful he was. So he went and got trained on this and started talking to the owner or the president as I was. And we were on an email chain together. When they so I got pre-approved from Medicare, or excuse me, from the hospital. And then Medicare, we put in an application for when it was FDA approved. I was pre-approved and had the surgery at St. Anthony's. And I had it done, the very first FDA-approved procedure in America. Now, there were clinical trials done in America, and then there were clinical trials done all over Europe as well. It was approved in Europe before America. And now, as Mark pointed out, I didn't realize this, they went one step further, and now you can have multiple joints done. At the time I had mine done, only one was approved, one level at a time. So you could do one level somewhere and then a level somewhere else, but you couldn't have them back to back or link to link. And now they're linking them together. So if you have multiple areas of problems, you have a solution. The great thing about the TOPS implant is that it preserves movement. So you're not stiffened. You have all the movement you have with your regular spine. They literally remove the bad facets. I mean, if you looked at the pictures of my surgery, they took out those facets. They took them out, laid them on the table. There's a picture of them sitting on the table. And then they stem from the top to the bottom with this implant. So it's like my wife affectionately calls it my artificial spine. And in a way it is. Now, the one caveat is you have to be strong enough to support it, meaning your bones can't be deteriorated because they screw into the bone, the above and below, the tops, the implant to secure it. So obviously you have to have good bone density and good bone structure. So they're making incredible strides. Now there is another kind of thing that decompressed and preserved movement called Cephalex. And I had a friend have it done, and he's having problems already again. So I believe TOPS is the best solution. And Dr. Joshua Beckman, who did mine, says his waiting room is full of people who are getting it done. Now, in some cases, for some reason, insurance companies have been fighting it. Some insurance carriers won't pay for it, and I don't know why. Mine paid, my Medicare and supplement paid for the entire procedure, and it was approved. So they're usually pretty conservative. So I don't know why health insurance would call it experimental when it's FDA approved. But I do know that Dr. Beckman told me that he had a problem with some insurance carriers covering it. But if you can have it done, it is a godsend. It is amazing what it's doing. And my heart goes out to people, of course, who have had back problems, because it can screw up your whole life. When your back's out, your legs start going and you don't feel good at all. 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. So we've been talking about the most common problems and of the year. One was the number one, contractors, money up front and getting no work or shoddy work done. And I am telling you to avoid at all costs contractors that want money up front for nothing. I don't think there's ever a reason to pay money up front for nothing. And I would happily talk to contractors right now if they call and tell me why we should pay you for nothing. Why? Now, some contractors say, well, we want to make sure we don't make a schedule that you don't keep, so we want to hold you to it. Trust me, you don't want a customer that wants to cancel anyway. The next one, used cars, high mileage cars, and people buying them as is, not understanding the implications of as is, and expecting sellers to do something about it. The next one was extended warranties on used cars not covering issues. I'll come up with the next. I want you to try to guess what the next are. So I gave you 1, 2, and 3, and we'll go to number 4, 5, 6, 7 coming up on the Troubleshooter Show. 303-713-8255.
Broncos fans, get ready for game day at the Broncos VIP Tailgate, brought to you by BullseyeEventGroup.com. The VIP Tailgate is 3 hours prior to kickoff before home games next to Empower Field at the Mile High Monument. Bullseye Event Group Broncos VIP Tailgate is open to all ages, features all-you-can-eat food stations by Food Network chef Aaron May, and a premium open bar for 3 hours. Start Broncos games off right with the Broncos VIP Tailgate. Tickets on sale now at BullseyeEventGroup.com.
You know, this is the time of year when more and more people get DUIs because they try to calculate what they can drink and drive. I don't know why. Get a designated driver. Joe Lazzara encourages a designated driver, or simply don't drink and drive. There are still those who are going to make stupid mistakes. Some people who are going to miscalculate. Some people who may be falsely accused. Whether it's a DUI or any other criminal offense, my message to you is simple. Don't ever try to go through it alone, and don't ever shop under pressure. I've done the shopping for you, and you need Joe Lazzara, Lazzara, LazzaraLegal.com. Also find him at referralist.com. He'll do a flat rate for your entire case after a free consultation with no obligation, then a flat rate so you're not nickeled and dimed. 303-429-6200, 429-6200. Okay, I got the camera up, guys. YouTube morons. I didn't realize the camera was working in the studio, so it's up now. Just a programming note. Marky's up. So don't scratch your balls, Mark.
I'm ball scratching.
Let's scratch it!
Hey! So, Mark, when do you hit the road, bro?
Hopefully Sunday.
He's waving. We see you waving. Okay. So Mark's cam is up. And, all right.
Trump reclassifies cannabis.
Okay, so Barry's been at Vestera's been down with the flu.
Okay.
And he told me he's getting back to shape, and his assistant got sick at the same time. So I'll give him the information.
Sherry on YouTube says, "Hi, Mark. Look at that handsome mug. You are so much better looking than Tom. It's
oh, my
insane."
God. She really said that? Oh, my God.
It's what I hear.
Yeah, okay. So Sherry says, Sherry, look at that. You crazy person, Sherry. I've been through a year of hell. That's why he looks better than me.
Wait. I'm sorry. Hold on a sec. This is Mark. Oh, GQ magazine?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
I'd be happy to be on the cover next month.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
See, I can play the cancer card anytime I need to.
Ordered? What does that mean, ordered? Did you order the new car, Tim? What are you talking about here?
You know what? I really want to get an X. I want an X.
You know what? I'm going to put a poll up right
X.
now because I don't think one person listening right now believes you will ever buy a new car of any kind.
Well, what is that? That could have dire meaning. You mean another new car in my life?
I mean, for 3 years, you've been talking about buying a car.
Well, you know what? Here's the deal. I was happy with my Beamer for 1 week. It's a beautiful car. Hey, does anybody online want to buy it? That'll help me.
I got $10 right now.
I'll chip in 10.
It didn't depreciate as much as a Beamer, but pretty much almost. You know what? Cars are so subjective. Really, what is the best car? Come on to buy. I think it's time for EVs. It's time. It's time.
I swear to God, I feel as if I what is that called? Purgatory. I feel like I live in purgatory.
I have a right to get to weigh in on it every day.
I have the right to say the same thing every day for the rest of my life.
I'm just
get off my lawn, you son of a bitch.
I gotta get Stephanie on board. And no, I don't. Not really. She doesn't. She's not preventing me. That's the truth. She just doesn't like them.
I find that people that are older and live in the past have a very hard time with Teslas and self-driving and talking to cars. It's very true.
This is bordering on my lawsuit material. God, write that down.
Okay. Got it.
Okay. Okay. I just can't believe all the bullshit I'm getting after making a purchase on Instagram. Jesus Christ.
Why would you purchase anything off of Instagram?
I don't know why.
What show do you work for? What show?
Why don't you just go to Temu?
Wow.
Is Temu still around?
Of course Temu's around. My God, where else can you buy a T-shirt for 87 cents? And yes, I do have one.
You can't buy one. You have to buy several.
No. Temu's the real deal. It's Chotskys. The whole fucking site. It's just shit.
Is it TIMU?
Yeah, I'm still waiting for your Christmas present to arrive from there.
Temu. Let me look. Temu.
I got him a gift card to Temu.
Woman's sexy off-shoulder boat neck spaghetti light blue.
Your trusted local fiduciary advisors, TrajanWealth.com.
Hey, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the show. Oh my goodness gracious. We have so much to talk about. With the consumer problems, people are trying to guess what they were, texting me, and they would be wrong. Okay, contractors, money up front, shoddy or no work. Used car, high mileage, expecting and not getting them checked out, not knowing what as is really means. Extended warranties on used cars, not covering issues, mostly due to pre-existing conditions. The next one, ready? I'm going to do my own sound effects since you guys don't know.
Duh.
Not that one. Sorry. All right. And the next one, tenant landlord, toxic mold. Yay. That's what people say, they have toxic mold. See, I believe, this is my belief, okay? I'm going to tell you that I believe no one feels 100%. They all feel a little crappy here and there. And when they get something like mold to look at and they say, oh, that's why I'm feeling like crap. And then they backtrack and everything that ever happened to them since they moved into the place, they attribute to the mold. It is the chronic fatigue syndrome of the 2020 or whatever era we're in right now. You remember chronic fatigue syndrome was something that everyone had chronic fatigue syndrome where they couldn't move and something happened to them. And I don't want to make fun of this, okay? Because most of the time it is a psychological condition. It's not real. I don't want to get into it, but it's not real. It's not. Chronic fatigue is chronic mental problems. And it does manifest itself in the body. It is real. But can we not talk about it right now, please? Okay, now let's talk about this. Toxic mold. It is the new chronic fatigue. It's what makes people sick. Now they throw in their kids, their husbands, people who visit. Here's the truth about mold. We live with mold every day all over. We live with mold. We live with mold. Mold first became a thing Do you know who the first big lawsuit was? You remember?
Ed McMahon.
Oh, you do remember that. Very good, Mark. He brought a lawsuit for toxic
Big
mold.
dollars.
And
Big.
he won. And after that, insurance companies went crazy because they were getting claims out the ass about it. So what is toxic mold? It's mold that's toxic. But even toxic mold is not dangerous to everyone. Stronger immune systems, you're not so affected. But it's not good for you, okay? I mean, you don't want to be exposed to high levels of mold. You just don't want to be, okay? They don't make you immediately sick, though, and they don't make you, it's just not what people think it is. They look at the mold and they think, oh, my God, I have this problem. And then doctors don't help any. There are so many doctors that will confirm anything you want them to. I swear to God, the way they talk to you, they'll make you believe you have whatever you think you have. But anyway, let's get back to this mold thing. It's real, okay? But sensitivity to mold varies with people. And mold is not difficult to get rid of. People expect their damn homes to be rebuilt. There were claims in Houston where people would have a flood and then claim they have to basically rebuild their home. And insurance companies have put a lot of restrictions on mold claims because they've gotten out of hand. And right now, when tenants call us about mold, there's very little we can do. There is no actual standard where we can say this is dangerous, you can't live in it. So there lies the problem. First and foremost, tenants need to document the mold, because if you do have high levels of mold, it is something that should be addressed by a landlord. I mean, there's nothing wrong with opening up some drywall and cleaning up mold and sealing it. There's nothing wrong with that. It's good. You're never going to get zero mold spores. That's why Mark Szymanski at GenesisTotalExteriors.com, he also does mold detection and remediation. That's why he always talks about the control. What is the control? It's what you do to see how your mold compares to regular sources in and around the area. So what you need to have a control to know how bad your mold is. There are some areas that are higher in mold spores than others. Okay, so mold in and of itself has become one of the major issues. And it's one of those ones where you think, oh, my God. I mean, how much of it is real? Many times what a tenant is trying to do is just get out of the lease. That's really what they're trying to do. And mold gives them the excuse. So that is number 4 on the list. Number 4. What do you think number 5 is? What do you think? Condo assessments. They came up, so I had contractors, used cars, extended warranties on used cars, toxic mold, next, condo assessments, mostly because people don't understand what they are and when they apply. And they think like the HOA is getting rich or something. The HOA is a collection of homeowners. So, I mean, there's no vested interest in an HOA collecting excessive fees, for goodness sakes, because they're part of it. When you fight against your HOA, you're fighting against yourself. Okay? The HOA is a collection of owners. So if they have a roof that needs to be replaced, and the deductible, let's say, is $100,000, which it could be on a big condo development. If you have a deductible of $100,000 and you don't have the money in the coffers, you have to assess the owners. So to see these stupid owners protest the assessment is like saying, like if you would picture yourself at home and you have a roof claim and you're in a regular house and the insurance company says your deductible is $20,000. Would you go outside your house with a sign protesting the $20,000 assessment? Of course you wouldn't, because it's due and payable. I mean, that's just the way it is. So with an HOA, when they assess people, it's because there's not enough money to pay. And people complain about it all the time. Assessments come in 2 flavors. One, insurance-related losses that have to be supplemented. So, for example, the deductible on a roof. or the co-insurance or the payments made for insurance losses. Sometimes condo developments don't even have insurance anymore, or they have actual cash value insurance because it's so expensive they can't afford it. And in that case, in almost every single instance, the homeowners will be assessed. Now, assessment coverage by your homeowners doesn't always cover it either. First and foremost, if you have loss damage assessment coverage, which is an insurance that you put on your condo, and it says if you're ever assessed, they will cover it. It only goes to a certain amount, and it's only for insurance losses. So it doesn't cover all assessments. It just covers insurance losses. So let's say the roof had to be redone, and the deductible, again, let's say is $100,000, and every homeowner has to kick in. In that case, your loss assessment coverage would probably pay it. So it pays for insurance losses. But there's another kind of an assessment that you can do nothing about. And that is a damage and maintenance assessment. For example, the easiest thing to explain, let's say the parking lot in your condominium development has to be repaved. It's not an insurance loss. Insurance isn't going to pay for it. And it's as if you have a driveway again. Let's say you have a home and your driveway needs to be redone. You have to pay for it. Well, in a condo, when the parking lot needs to be repaved, who gets to pay for it? The condo owners. And there is no insurance for that. And often, more times than not, there's not enough in the coffers to pay for it. So if there's not enough surplus to pay for it, the homeowners have to be assessed. So they might each have to pay 10 grand or 15 grand. There's no insurance for that. There's nothing. It comes out of pocket. That's why I tell you, if you're looking at a condo, please look beyond just the unit. Okay, listen, this is really valuable information. A lot of people, they'll have the condo inspected. That's good. You know, the water heater, the furnace, if you have one, just all kinds, the plumbing fixtures. You have the condo inspected, much like you have a home inspected. But you have to go beyond that. If you're moving into a condo development, you should also look at the development, look at the parking lot, look at the swimming pool, look at the clubhouse, look at the fences or the gates, look at the staircases, look at the development. Because if that development needs maintenance and repairs and the HOA doesn't have enough money in the coffers, then they're going to end up assessing the owners. So when you move into an older development, the chances go up that you may be assessed in the future. This is the cost of ownership, and a lot of people are not prepared for it. So when you buy a condo, remember, you're buying more than just that condo. You're buying the development, and you're going to have no one to blame if they have to do heavy maintenance and repairs. It's going to fall on your shoulders as one of the owners. So keep that in mind when you're looking at condos and townhomes. Here's the dilemma HOAs have, okay? They try to keep the monthly payments low so they don't get a lot of crying from the owners. But when you keep the HOA fees lower every month, you have less of a surplus to draw from when something goes wrong. So you can't have it both ways. If you have low HOA fees and you do not build up a surplus, you're going to end up with assessments. And if you don't want to end up with assessments and you want to have a surplus, you're going to have higher HOA fees. So keep this in mind, especially young people who buy condos and townhomes as a cheaper way of owning a home. It's no longer a cheaper way of owning a home, and it can turn out to be way more expensive than owning a home. Because if you own a home, you can decide not to do that driveway or not to paint the house and give yourself a few years to save up the money. But if an HOA decides to get this stuff done and assesses you, you don't have a chance to save up the money. It's just common sense. Be careful when looking at townhomes and condos. That's why they're coming down in value so much, because it's such an awesome big responsibility for people. They're starting to realize it's not what they thought it was. We have more coming up on the Troubleshooter Show.
This is Denver's Talk Station with Tom Martino now. Dan Kaplis today at 4, 630 KHOW, Denver. Now, impact traffic.
Yeah, all the activity we've had is heading west down Floyd Hill. In fact, we've had a crash right there at US 6 in the left lane. It is backed up. It'll release from that point into Idaho Springs, but further west, we're still seeing delays because there's a crash at Herman Gulch. This is going to be the westbound side of I-70 right lane, big semi-rig involved there. That's just prior to the Loveland Pass US 6 interchange, but it's backed up for several miles. In town, you got a little bit of traffic, but really no big delays here. With traffic, I'm Jonathan Steele.
This report is sponsored by Our American Stories.
This is Lee Habib, host of Our American Stories. Be sure to tune into our podcast. This week, tell the tale of the Hollywood heartthrob who became one of America's greatest spies. You won't want to miss the next episode of Our American Stories.
Free second opinions. What a great idea. That's what Fix It 24/7 will do for you. If you're told you need a furnace, get a free second opinion. Well, much of the time when Fix It checks these out, they find out you don't really need a new one. They can fix it. Hence the name Fix It 24/7. They always strive to fix things and keep them running. That's why they do this $39 extreme clean, tune, and check of your furnace to get rid of the dirt and grime, the number one killer of furnaces. They want to keep your furnace running as efficiently and as long as possible. So $39 if you've never had it done. They're still doing it despite the cold weather. Get it done. FixMyHome.com. Book now, or free second opinions. FixMyHome.com. Book now.
Okay.
Tommy,
Yeah.
I got a Zoom coming up, just so you know.
All right.
And that one I had this morning was with K&H. We're doing good there. So.
Good. Good.
And then tomorrow, who do we have? Kelly? I think we have Kevin and Jeff.
No, Jeff's done for the year.
Jeff, definitely not.
He said that. He's gone.
Good afternoon, Tom Martino Show.
What do you got cooking? Anything cool?
Just grandkids.
Those young ages are the best, dude. You can go out to Walmart for $100.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, what's your first name?
And every present's like,
Dude, the box of the
Is
present
this your
comes
first
in.
time
It's still
calling,
pretty
Sharon?
cool.
it's very cool.
Yeah.
All right, I gotcha. Hang on. Wow. Second call this week.
Oh, this time of year is slow, boy. No, we were
Champion
packed
winner.
Tuesday. We were fucking packed.
Yes. But this is the second call this week for Champion Windows.
Oh shit!
Uh-huh.
I wonder if it's a different person.
Nope.
They suck. They truly suck.
Hey now, don't tell us how you really feel. What does that say? Truth? What is that?
Oh,
What
I
is
don't know.
RMBA?
Probably Rocky Mountain Voice.
Yeah, I think,
Okay.
I mean,
No,
just throwing it out there.
Pulling it out of your
I mean, yeah, maybe.
I think
I
Heidi
am so glad
Ganahl
my wife was not
was
in this
actually-
room when I asked what the fuck that was. What the fuck is RMBA? Huh. Well, I guess they wrote it right under there.
Okay. I don't know. I'm good.
similar to a situation with my wife. I took her to the other job and was showing her some of the equipment. I was like, well, this is the Star Guide system. And she's looking at it. It's like, oh, it's called Star Guide because there's a picture of a star on it. It's like, no, it had the name of it on it. Right next to the star. It said Star Guide. It's like, oh, look, because it's got the star on it. Oh, no. It says Star Guide.
I'm not going to say anything because both you and Shannon have caught me in so many different really bad misnomers.
Just throwing it out there.
Oh my God. Yeah. So, tomorrow, I just believe it's Kevin. And he'll probably go to...
I didn't want pizza anyway.
Yeah. Oh, let me run and get that.
Talk Station 630 KHOW.
All right, what's going on? Sharon, welcome to the show. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Hey, Sharon, what's going on?
Yes, Tom.
Hi.
I've been trying for over a year now to get some replacement windows from Champion.
Now tell me
And
about
they're just
Champion.
giving me
When did you first encounter Champion?
Well, on this replacement request.
No, I mean, how
a
long
year
have
ago
you
this
how
month.
long have you had when you say replacement request, is this warranty work you're trying to get or is this a brand new window?
No, these are replacement windows.
Okay, so in other words, you're looking to replace your windows. I thought you were waiting for warranty work. So you're looking at replacement windows. Why did you choose Champion? Because I would not have chosen them.
Because of you.
Well,
Because of
I
your
haven't
show.
advertised for Champion for years. For years.
Well, when I had them-
That company was taken over by a private equity firm and is a total different company than I used to advertise for years ago. In my opinion, they're not a good company and the products have gone downhill. That's my opinion based on my research and all of the complaints we're getting. So it's not the same company. Now, many years ago, about 10 years ago, maybe even as little as 6 years ago, I was advertising for them, but there was a different guy that was a local president. They had a factory in Denver. They have since closed, and they're a whole different company. So that's why I'm asking why don't you just pick another company? If you haven't signed a contract with them, move on. It's better. You're better off.
Yeah. Well,
So in other words, you haven't signed anything with Champion yet?
Not for replacement windows, no.
Okay.
Some of them in my home are damaged. So
Okay.
they,
But see, Sharon, you're confusing me.
warranty them.
Sharon, see, you confuse me. When you say replacement windows, are you saying warranty replacements? So you already had Champion do windows for you. Is that right?
That's correct.
Okay, I didn't know that. So when you say replacement windows, you're talking about you want warranty work done. How many Champion windows did you have installed originally?
Oh, I think there were 10.
Okay, and how long ago was that?
That was back in like 2011.
Okay, and then you recently had problems with some of them.
Correct.
Okay. I understand. Well, you're going to have a tough time getting Champion to do anything. Like I said, they're not a great company.
Right. I understand that. I know they've changed.
And we'll try to help you. We will. I just need to know, what have you done so far so we can pick up where you left off. What have you done so far? You've been trying to get replacement windows under warranty. And when was your first contact with them on this?
Last December of 2024.
Now, are all the windows giving you trouble in a way, or just some of them?
Just some of them.
And what is the problem you're having with some of them?
I have a broken seal on one of them, and I've got a sliding glass door and other windows that are scratched.
Oh, really?
I don't know why. Yeah, I don't know if it's the wind that causes the scratch. I don't know, but they came out and looked.
And they did. So have you called us? You haven't called us before, have you?
No.
Okay. So
I haven't.
This is similar to the reason I'm asking is it's similar to other calls we've had. They come out and they look and they say it's covered, but then you don't hear from them again.
Right. That's correct.
Yeah.
Well, they have half of my order in, but they didn't complete all of the windows. So
how many have they actually fixed for you?
None.
Oh, I thought you said, okay, I'm sorry, I just misunderstood you.
That's okay. But somebody was supposed to come out today at noon.
Yeah.
And they didn't.
Yeah. It's a terrible company.
They're impossible to get a hold of.
It's a terrible company. I just don't.
I know.
I just don't know what else to tell you. They're just a terrible company. And
but
here's what I would do.
I just thought you had an expert that could.
We do.
that could help.
We do. Nick Gravina. Nick Gravina. He's not. Yeah, he's with Gravina's. Now we have some really good window and door companies. We really do. K&H Home Solutions is one, and Gravina's Windows, Siding, and Doors is another. Okay, it's the Gravina's on 950 West Evans. I just want to give you the right Gravina's that we use, that I've known for years. So if I were you, I would call one of those experts out, because here's the deal. If they owe you, here's the problem though. You're going to be paying for service that Champion owes you under warranty, but the problem is Champion has not been honoring the warranties. I feel so bad about it. Back when you had them in 2011, I believe I was advertising for them back then. And it's too bad though that the problems happen now, because again, back then when you dealt with that company, they were top notch. Right. And God dang it. I'm just so pissed. Kachina, who are we having try to interface with Champion? Don't we have someone?
Ooh, we used to. I do not.
No. I mean one of our deputies. Who did we give the last Champion problem to?
Dimitri.
And can we just give Sharon as well? Because they all fall under the same category. Warranty work, people. Come on. You advertise all the time. Now do something. Stand behind your name. I mean, Sharon, hold on. We're going to give you, along with the others, to Dimitri. What we want is someone from Champion to step up, for God's sakes. Look, I feel bad about this, and I might get in trouble for it because they're a big advertiser. They are. They're a big advertiser. But I am telling you, we have not had good luck with them addressing consumer problems. And I have to speak the truth, okay? And I don't believe I should get in trouble for speaking the truth. But that's the way it is right now. And, my friend Dave Logan advertises for them now. I wonder if he knows about these problems. Maybe I should call him. He's a good guy. He's a really good guy. Jay, hang on. He has a comment on this. I got to take a break. I'll be right back.
Now, Impact Traffic.
Here's a look at the roads out there right now. There's a stalled vehicle with a tow truck on the scene in the center lane on southbound I-25 approaching Castle Pines Parkway. We're seeing delays to Ridgegate. Also, that accident just cleared on northbound I-25 between US 36 and 84th, but backups remain. There is an accident blocking the left lane on westbound I-70 at the base of Floyd Hill. And a crash moved off to the right shoulder on westbound I-70 approaching Loveland Pass, but stop-and-go traffic from Georgetown.
This report is sponsored by Supersure.
Do you own a small business? You need to hear this. A seismic shift is coming. It's time to get super sure. Not kind of sure, not pretty sure, not a little sure, but super sure. The seismic shift is coming. Super sure, coming soon.
Hey, I want you to investigate Vestera Turnkey on how to be a landlord. Now, they're a real estate company, and they help you become a landlord in a market where it makes sense. Not Denver, not Colorado. They find promising markets around the country. So I bought some houses through them back east. They helped me find the house. They help me manage the house, rent out the house. They help me deal with all the issues of being a landlord. They hold your hand. They're your nanny through the whole process. Vestera, Vestera, VesteraTurnkey.com, 303-888-3788. Find out more about becoming a landlord through VesteraTurnkey.com, 303-888-3788.
Men.
Okay. God, I'm so tired of companies not coming through. I'm just so fucking tired of it.
After reading this a second time, my husband may want to kill me.
If he hasn't yet, he's never gonna.
I literally just said, can you just go to the place we went to off of Orchard the one time?
Makes perfect sense.
Does it? It did to me? Oh my god. Man, this is a saint. He doesn't give enough. He's not given enough credit. Trust me. I think we might have lost all of our computers. I really don't care.
Why don't you care? You should care.
No, the ones in the control room.
In the control room. It's
By
kind
the-
of weird.
By the way, I want to get somebody on from Fix It, an electrician. I'm going to give you his name and number about generators. They're having a shitload of people since the turnoffs yesterday who are talking about generators. So I'll give you his name and number in a minute here.
And more shutoffs on Saturday.
And today. afternoon. Tom Martino Show. Okay.
Brockler and the rest of them. It's just been great.
Afternoons 2 to 4 on Denver's Talk Station, 630 KHOW.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the show. We're out of time for this hour. We will talk about the rest of the consumer problems of the year coming up and your problems, questions, and complaints. Give us a call at 303-MARTINO, 303-627-8466. Mm-hmm.
Joke's on you. He knew exactly what I was talking about. Del Frisco's.
Yeah, I told you it makes complete sense.
I read it a second time, it didn't make any sense to me, but he knew. Literally just said Del Frisco's. Didn't know what the hell the goddamn place was named. Can't believe I have to go to California next week. It's gonna suck.
Yeah, it'll be way too cold for you.
No, it's not about It's gonna be weird not having my daddy there. First Christmas without him.
While listening to Denver's talk station, 630 KHOW.
Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help a common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hey, I'm Tom Martino. Welcome to the show. Here to help you solve your problems and answer questions, take complaints. I've been reviewing the year and talking about all of the problems we have covered and what are trending issues. And definitely I can recap those. I didn't go through all of them. I will go through some of them. And I invite your calls, problems, questions, complaints, texts. You can text me, by the way, at 747-999-5280. Think of it like this. A big airplane I love, 747-999, as close as to perfection as you can get, and 5280 for the Mile High City. So, 747-999-5280. And you can text me about anything. One guy says, Anthony York sounds like the next Jeff Jolliffe. He'll likely close down his current business and start a new one next week and run it until he gets called out for his shenanigans and start again. You know, I urge everyone to go to sleazbrigade.com. Sleaze Brigade has the worst of the worst, and Jolliffe has been one of the worst we ever came across. Jeff Jolliffe. He is a liar. He is a cheater. He is a ripoff. He's a disgusting human being. He continually takes money from people and doesn't come through. He promises to rebuild transmissions. In the past, he has taken money. He has not done the transmissions, but claims to have done them. When people take them, if they complain and they want warranty work, in many cases, when they take the vehicle back to get warranty work, the vehicles were stolen, supposedly stolen. Another thing he's doing now is on Facebook Marketplace. He's having people drop off transmissions with money and they don't get them back, or they don't get their money back. Here's the bottom line. He's a liar and a cheater. So Jeff Jolliffe, and he's right now on Facebook Marketplace, and he's a disgusting scumbag. Now, who is Anthony York that this person is texting me about? Well, it's a story that I want to tell you because I do have the video up and ready to go. What happened was this guy was, first of all, it wasn't even that big of a deal. A consumer went to him to get wrap done, okay, on his car. The consumer changed his mind and said he did not like the wrapping material. So he said he didn't want to do it anymore. Okay? That's how simple the problem was. And so he asked Anthony York of AMG Custom Professional Vinyl to give his money back, his $1,000. And Anthony agreed to give his money back, less some shipping. He said he wanted to send the materials back to the factory. So it's a very simple problem. Matthew asked Anthony York for a refund of his deposit. Now, at that time, Anthony York could have said, I'm not going to give the deposit back. You know, I'm going to do your wrap. If you changed your mind, that's your tough luck. There was nothing in writing that said Anthony York had to use a specific kind of material. The consumer, Matthew, says that he wanted 3M wrapping material. But there was nothing in the contract that specified that. So all Anthony York had to do, the only thing he had to do was say, I'm not giving your refund back. But instead, Anthony York of AMG Custom Professional Vinyl said, or Custom Vinyls, said, I will give your money back, less $140 to send the material back. So that's it. And Matthew waited for his money and he didn't get it. So he got sick and tired of waiting, and Matthew decided to go over to Anthony's house to ask for the money. And he said he was going to take 2 sheriff's deputies with him as what's called a civil assist. You do that so there's no big deal, no big problem. So he said he took 2 deputies with him over to Anthony York's house. Now, by the way, everyone agrees to that. Matthew agrees he did that. Anthony agrees he did that. And the 2 deputies agree they did that. The 2 deputies went over to Anthony's house. Matthew stood by. The deputies knocked on the door, or actually they came to the door, and Anthony came out to talk to them. At that point, when they were on the show, Anthony told us that he refunded the money to one of the deputies, who then walked over and gave that money to Matthew. And the matter is done. Anthony said, I gave the money to the deputy. The deputy gave it to Matthew. The refund has been made. Matthew said that never happened. Matthew said when we went over to the house, the deputies went to talk to him and he refused to give the money back. Anthony York said that's not true at all. I counted the money out. $860. I was going to keep $140 to ship the materials back to the factory. So that sounded all very credible. Anthony said, listen, I did that. I counted out the money and the body cam footage would clearly show it. Anthony said the body cam footage would show the transaction. And I thought to myself, okay, that's pretty easy. We'll get the body cam footage. Matthew said, yes, get the body cam footage because Anthony York is lying. Anthony went so far as to say, how stupid would it be for me to lie on the radio when the body cam footage would show I'm a liar? If I did that, you can ruin my business. Now, Dragon, do you have those bites of Anthony York saying stuff like that?
Sure do. You ready for him?
Yeah, go ahead.
If it doesn't,
Yeah.
and I'm the liar, then you can just ruin my whole business.
Yeah, just think about that. And then he said something else, right?
Yeah, it's a little bit longer, but he's like, yeah, if I don't have that, didn't.
Okay, that's all right. That's all right.
Yeah.
So basically what Anthony York is saying, and by my God, he was so convincing. He said, I counted out the money and it will be shown on the body cam footage. So we got the body cam footage and I have it now to play for my YouTube audience. And if you guys aren't at the YouTube stream right now, you can look up the show for today and look at it. So I'm going to show the footage, and I want you to try to hear what he says. By the way, I'm just going to give you a spoiler alert. It does not show him counting out the money. He does say in there he doesn't have the money. So Anthony York is an out-and-out bald-faced liar. He's a liar, but he's totally a liar. And yes, we are going to ruin his business because no one who would lie that open, no one you should do business with. His name is Anthony York, and the name of his business is AMG Custom Vinyls. Now, whatever name he goes by, just don't use him. Now, I'm gonna try to play this right now on my YouTube feed, and you should be able to hear it and see it over the YouTube feed, and my radio audience should be able to hear it too. So I'm gonna play the video right now.
You're gonna give him $1,000? If not, we're all gonna leave.
Oh, no, he's not getting out.
Okay.
Okay. Did y'all agree to
I don't
meet?
hear it. I see it.
We
You
agreed
can
to
see
meet.
him
He
standing
tried to
there.
push the time.
You can
We
see.
were supposed to
Now,
meet
I don't know why
yesterday.
the audio's not coming through. I got to
And then
figure
he
that
wants
out
to
now.
meet at 1:30.
But in any case, he's there.
Told him I can't
and
meet at 4:30.
and
Told him
you
I
can
meet at
see he's
2:30.
not counting out
He
the
didn't wanna do
money.
2:30.
So
He wanted
you
to
see
do
him
now.
standing
I
there
didn't wanna do
talking
that.
to the
So I
deputy.
feel like he's
What he
playing
said to the deputy was, I don't have the money. He's not getting the money. That's really what he says.
That's where we're going.
Okay, cool. I'll let him know.
So there it is. So then you see
You're
him
gonna give
walk
him
away.
$1,000?
Okay?
No, we're all
So
gonna
that's
leave.
the video right there. Here it is again.
Did y'all agree
Anthony
to
York
meet?
walks up to the deputy. This is the deputy he said that he counted the money out to. You can see his hands clearly, not counting out any money whatsoever.
Told him I can't
The
meet at
deputy is
4:30.
standing
Told him I
there,
can meet at 2:30.
and she is
He didn't wanna
just
do
listening
2:30.
to
Wanted
him.
do now. I
He's
didn't wanna do
moving
that.
his hands
So I feel
around,
like
not
he's playing
counting
games.
out any money. They're
It is what it
outside
is.
his house,
So he's just gotta
and
take
then
it
he
for
turns
himself.
around and walks back into the house.
I'll let him know.
Okay.
So the
Appreciate it.
video,
You're gonna
again,
give him
I don't hear the
$1,000?
audio.
No, we're all
That's a
gonna
little
leave.
screw up,
Oh, no,
but
he's
that's
not
it.
getting out.
That is
Okay. Did y'all
the
agree to
extent
meet?
of the, and it just
We,
keeps looping
we
over and
agreed to
over.
meet. He tried to
But
push the
you
time.
can you
We
can
were supposed
see
to
the
meet
guy
yesterday.
is
He
an
pushed the time to
absolute
today, and then he wanted to meet at
positive
1:30. I can't meet at 1:30.
liar
Told
and
him
a
I can't meet at
cheater.
4:30. Told him I
What's really weird about all this, okay, I stopped playing the video now, is he didn't even have to give a refund. He could have said no refunds. But he went so far as to say, I'll give you a refund, and then lied about giving the refund on camera. So you guys saw the tape. That was it. That was the body cam footage. And he clearly did not count out any money. By the way, just for those watching and listening, I did view the entire body cam footage on this thumbnail, the entire, not one. So you might think, oh, well, he did it before or after this. He didn't. I saw the entire footage of Matthew waiting at his truck, the two deputies walking up, Anthony York coming out. Nowhere does it show Anthony York counting out any money. He's totally a liar, a cheat, and a ripoff. So I don't know what to say. When people lie that openly and then challenge me saying you can ruin my business. Okay. So anyway, somebody said the sound was fine. No.
Yeah, the sound came through on YouTube, but it did not come over the air.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's weird. Okay, so anyway, I played the sound on YouTube. I'm sorry. So then I'll shut up. They said I was talking too much. So what I'll do is I'll play it this time and I'll shut up. I'll do it during the commercial since it's for my YouTube audience anyway. So we got more coming up on the Troubleshooter Show again. Anthony York, AMG Custom Vinyl, a liar, a cheater, and a ripoff. A liar, a cheater, and his phone number has been disconnected, so there's no sense giving out his phone number. Dan McKenzie is doing my estate plan. He and his associates have worked with me. It's really a good system they have. They meet with you. They get what you want to do for your estate. I'm doing a trust. They do wills. They can do a complicated. They can make it simple. They have suggestions for you. I love the process, and I'm actually using him, and you should too. 833-CO-PLANS. That's 833-CO-PLANS. And the website is coplans.co.
You ever wonder why Verizon charges twice as much as Pure Talk for the same basic service? Think it might have something to do with the fact that Verizon spends $12 billion a year on advertising and promotion. That's billion with a B. Yeah, Pure Talk doesn't spend that kind of money on commercials. That's why they can offer unlimited talk, text, and plenty of data on a blazing fast 5G network for just $25 a month. Save an additional 50% off your first month when you dial pound 250 and say the words micro. That's pound 250, micro.
DiscountBath.com. Discount Bath, words you don't normally hear together, as I like to say, but they guarantee the best value, the best price for your bathroom remodel. It's that simple. Whether it's your rental, a fix and flip, or your dream home, they do all levels of trim and finish. And they'll give you a price without even coming to see you if you want. Of course, you can always talk to them. I'll give you the number in a minute here. But here's what you do. Go to discountbath.com, fill out some questions. That's to give you an exclusive link just for you. Then you take your smartphone and you go and walk around and video what you want done. You say, I want to move this bathroom, or I want to move, I want to move this bathtub, or I want to make this walk-in shower, or I want to have a double vanity here. I want to move the toilet. I want to move the bathroom wall. I want to expand here. I want to shrink here. Whatever it is, just walk through and narrate. They'll give you a price. DiscountBath.com. And of course, they guarantee the best prices. 720-979-2322.
Do you?
Okay, I'm going to play for my YouTube audience, I'm going to play that right now for you guys, and I'll shut up.
You gonna give him his $1,000? If not, we're all gonna leave.
Oh, no, he's not getting out from me today.
Okay. Did y'all agree to meet?
We agreed to meet. He tried to push the time. We were supposed to meet yesterday, and he pushed the time to today.
Go ahead.
And then he wanted to meet at 1:30. I can't meet at 1:30. Told him I can't meet at 4:30. I told him I can meet at 2:30. Didn't want to do 2:30. Wanted to do now. I didn't want to do now. So I feel like he's playing games. It is what it is. So he's just gonna take me to court. So
Okay.
that's where we're going.
Okay, cool. I'll let him know.
Okay, appreciate you.
You gonna give him his $1,000? If not, we're all gonna leave.
Anyway, that's it. Guys, you guys are a complete moron. Complete moron.
Advisors, TrajanWealth.com. 630 KHAL, an iHeartRadio station.
Hi, Tom Martino here. It's amazing, isn't it, that guy would go and rip off this guy. First of all, as I said, it wasn't even that much of a ripoff because he didn't have to do a refund to begin with, but to say he will do a refund of the deposit and then claim that he did it and said that the body cam footage of the deputy would show it, and then it shows nothing of the sort. And then the guy even said on the radio, if the body cam footage shows I'm a liar, you can basically ruin my business. I mean, the guy was just amazing how he lied. And I guess somebody texted me and said, Tom, why are you so surprised? You run across liars every single day. I guess that's true, but we don't normally have the liars confirm they're a liar on the air and say, you know, you can ruin me if I'm lying. It's just so weird. That's what was the weird thing. Okay. Getting back to one of our discussions today on the most common consumer problems of the year. I wanted to finish this up because I want you to, first, the number one was contractors. That's money up front for shoddy work or no work. They just disappear. So my advice is don't pay money up front for nothing ever. Just don't. Don't pay money up front. Next, used cars with high mileage as is. People expect the seller to do something. They don't understand what as is really means. The next one, which is in the same category, used cars, but it's about extended warranties on used cars not covering the issues due to pre-existing conditions. Okay? Again, that's most of the time they're turned down. So I will tell you that used car warranties suck. And again, I wouldn't buy any. The fourth problem, tenant-landlord, where the tenants are complaining about toxic mold. Toxic mold. Again, it's something that there are no set standards and there's no way to know how toxic, and there's nothing tenants can really do about it. It's just a mess. And the only thing I can tell you is if air sensitivity is really important to you, you might want to ask a landlord if you can run a test before you move in. I'm serious. The next one, condo assessments. People were all kinds of upset this year with assessments they had to pay toward the roof when hail damaged the roof or towards something else. Again, condo assessments come in two categories. One, insurance losses. So if you have the roof and the roof is destroyed by hail and it has to be replaced, and the deductible they don't have enough money in the HOA coffers to meet the deductible, they have to assess all the homeowners. The next category, maintenance. Let's just say regular maintenance on the condo facility. The parking lot has to be repaved, or the railings have to be redone, or the staircases, or the swimming pool. And they assess the owners. Again, this is something that you can't get around. So condo assessments were one of the major problems. So you had contractors, used cars, tenant landlord, condo assessments, and the next one, estate problems. Here's the problem with estates. I'm talking about wills and somebody dies and they're fighting over stuff. There is no perfect system when it comes to estates. There should be. It should be required that wills be recorded, original wills be recorded with the county or the state where you live. There is no requirement to record anything anywhere. So here's how simple it is to cheat. Let's say I have a copy of a will and my relative dies, or I have the original will, whatever it is, and I don't like what the will says. I never have to come forward with the will. There's nothing that no one would know, and I just say, I don't know where there's a will if I don't like what it says. I can even change the will. See, wills are left with friends or with attorneys or whatever. The problem is, after you die, if someone disagrees with your will and they are the only ones with a copy of that will, they can simply keep it hidden. So we have estate problems all the time. Somebody saying, I should have been in the will and I'm not, or I don't know if I'm in the will and they won't let me know. Dan McKenzie, our estate expert, says you can ask the court to look at the will to see if you're part of it, and if you are, then make it available. But you're not allowed to see it simply because you want to. You're only allowed to see it if you're part of it. And the only way you can know if you're part of it is if you petition the courts. So that's really sloppy. Again, somebody can say, no, you're not part of it. I'm not going to show it to you. And they may not want you to see it. And that person would have to take legal action with the court in order to compel you to open up the will. So wills are really, really strange because there are no laws regarding how they are revealed or even how they are kept. It's really left to the honor of people. The same with a trust. The trust has to be written and kept with a trustee who will bring it forward. So estate issues have been big problems. One thing I want to tell you, if you ever have an issue with an estate and you're part of that estate, either you're an heir or a friend or whatever, don't ever hire what's called a public trustee, or don't ever disagree so much that the court will appoint a public trustee. I want to explain something to you. A public trustee is nothing more than a person or an attorney or a law firm or a bank or somebody that they appoint to oversee the estate. What the judge says is, none of you people can come to an agreement, so we're going to find an independent public trustee. And the judge appoints that person, and then that person becomes the administrator of the estate. And as the administrator, they're allowed to charge the estate for their services. And in the cases we've seen, they have been abusive. They rape and pillage the estate. They take most of the money. So public administrators turn out to be liars and cheaters, and there's no regulations. They're supposed to do what's good for the estate, but nobody really watches them. And unless the heirs know how to take the administrator to court, and that's a mess unto itself, nothing is ever done. So avoid public administrators at all costs. Keep it in the family. Try to get along, because one thing I can tell you, you will never, ever, ever come out better with a public trustee or a public administrator. They can call either one. A public administrator. Never, ever, ever allow it to get that far, ever. You will, it's just, I don't know how to put it, but they will take most of the estate and you'll be left with less than if you went and just argued with your siblings. Okay. So what's the last problem? Not the last problem, but the one, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, the seventh problem of the year. I didn't go beyond the top 7. Contractors, used cars with high mileage, extended warranties on used cars, condo assessments, estate problems, and number 7, I'll do another drum roll here. Where the hell is my drum roll? All right. And number 7, Gift cards. Yep. Gift cards. They came up a lot where people bought a gift card and found it was exhausted. To make a long story short, people hack gift cards. Now, the way they're doing away with it is pretty good. If the cards come in a sealed package where you have to zip it open, or tear it open, you can pretty much rest assured that they're not being hacked. Where the hacks take place is where the gift cards are accessible and people scratch off the white covering over the registration number and then go online and hack into that card, and they wait until you charge it up, and then they go in and exhaust it and spend the money immediately. That is where it happens. And what they do is after they scrape it off and they copy down the number, they put white goo back over it. And it looks tampered if you look really closely, but some of them do such a good job. And they have this, sometimes it's not just a white paint, but it's a white strip of tape you can buy. And these cards get hacked. And I don't think any of you have the expertise to know if it's been hacked or not. So my advice is simple. Do not buy gift cards that are out in the open. Only buy them if they are closed in an enclosed envelope. Now, some companies are taking another step, which makes it really safe, and that is the number to the card is assigned at the time of sale. So it's not a card you take and scrape. It's a card that you buy, and at the cashier on the receipt is your activation code, and it's not printed anywhere on the card. A lot of manufacturers of gift cards are starting to do that. In that case, of course, it wouldn't matter if it's a sealed container. So gift cards, and that rounds off the top 7 complaints of the year. If you have one, let me know. Did I miss something? Let me know, YouTube morons. Did I miss anything? I think those were the top 7 that I have on my data bank. I'll go back over some of them. And again, don't forget to go to sleazbrigade.com to know who to avoid. I haven't yet put Anthony York up there from AMG Custom Vinyl, but I will. We have more coming right up.
KRFX HD2 Denver.
KHOW Denver. Denver's talk station. An iHeartRadio station. Guaranteed human. Now, impact traffic.
Here's a look at the roads across the metro area. That accident is off to the right shoulder on northbound I-25 at Founders Parkway, but we're still seeing some slow traffic from Plum Creek Parkway. That stalled vehicle also moved over to the right shoulder on southbound I-25 approaching Castle Pines Parkway. Still a little bit of slowing in that area. And a crash moved on to the right shoulder on westbound I-70 approaching Loveland Pass, but stop-and-go traffic from Georgetown. I'm Vida Urbonis with traffic.
This report is sponsored by Indeed.com. When you're trying to find quality candidates, all the searching, screening, and interviewing can become a job itself. You need Indeed, the all-in-one platform that makes it easy to interview, screen, and hire quality people. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
Fix It 24/7 is doing the extreme clean, tune, and check of your furnace for just $39 if you've never had it done. They want to show you how they refurbish your furnace. So when something goes wrong, they'll be the first ones you call. What they do is take your furnace apart basically and clean every nook and cranny. And then they go through and adjust and tune the whole system so it's working top notch. It adds efficiency to your unit and life to your unit because dirt and grime are the #1 killers of your furnace. To get this done, just go to fixmyhome.com. Book now. Fixmyhome.com. Book now.
And bonus on your first tank. That's code NEXT.
Trajan Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisors. TrajanWealth.com.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the show. Man, what a year it has been. And I'm sure many of you will agree. And I have a lot of texts here. As I said, a lot of people look back on the year and they say it's been a weird one. What about the economy? What do you think? I mean, there are so many differing opinions. All the metrics look good. See, that's the thing. The actual metrics look good on what the economy is doing. Inflation is down, prices are down, energy is down as far as gasoline prices, jobs are up. I mean, but yet I hear more and more people saying that they're not doing well. I don't understand that at all. In fact, I think I boiled it down to home ownership. I think when people have home ownership that is beyond them, they don't feel good about life. I think a lot of the consternation and complaining we're hearing about the economy is personal. And I think young people especially have put off buying a home or they can't buy a home. It's beyond them. And once buying a home is beyond them, they start losing hope and they don't feel good about the American dream. I think home ownership is of utmost importance. What do you think? I had a young person text me saying, "What am I working for? I have all to do just to make rent. And it's not like I'm lazy. I'm working my ass off. And I still can't seem to get ahead." So what has happened to the cost of home ownership? Why is it so beyond us? Not only has appreciation gone crazy, but so has interest rates and loans. So what is the answer to that? Do you have one? I mean, because until we make home ownership within the grasp of most working people, we're going to have people who are unhappy. And I think the midterms are going to show that. Even though the actual matrix of the economy are showing a healthy economy, people's psyche are not in sync with what's going on. I mean, if you look at sales, for example, holiday sales are going crazy. I want to talk about some of this consumer news. Shopping patterns show that despite complaints about inflation that people are spending more now than ever. A lot of people are using buy now, pay later as younger buyers are starting to use credit cards more. And they say that generative AI and social commerce are shaping how people buy products. And by the way, just so you know, there is something that was discovered. I know the government is going after people. I don't know if there is a law against it, but there is something called dynamic pricing, where AI goes on a platform and depends on your demographic information. They try to assess based on your buying patterns on a platform what you're willing to pay for something. And they actually go through and assess what you should be paying for something, and the price you pay can be completely different than somebody else. Major companies, it says, are now using artificial intelligence for dynamic and personalized pricing. Prices are based on data about you. And this goes from airlines to retail giants to travel companies. Systems change prices in real time based on demand and willingness to pay. Now, this has drawn the criticism and scrutiny of the government, but there's not much they can do about it unless they pass laws against it. There is no law that says they have to treat you the same as everyone else. So you can expect that pricing might be based on who you are. I swear to God, I mean, this is crazy. So you don't know if you're paying the best price for you or just the best price on the market. By the way, speaking of that, Frank Duran, therealestateman.com, Frank Duran, therealestateman.com, will do a free market analysis of your home for what it will sell for. He'll go through and look at your neighborhood, the comps, supply and demand, interest rates, and all of these different characteristics, and come up with what he believes your house will sell for and what you will net. This analysis is free with no obligation, and it's truly detailed. To get it, call Frank. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com, 303-920-1622.
Now, impact traffic.
Here's a look at the roads across the metro area. That accident is off to the right shoulder on northbound I-25 at Founders Parkway, but we're still seeing some slow traffic from Plum Creek Parkway. That stalled vehicle also moved over to the right shoulder on southbound I-25 approaching Castle Pines Parkway. Still a little bit of slowing in that area. And a crash moved on to the right shoulder on westbound I-70 approaching Loveland Pass, but stop and go traffic from Georgetown. I'm Vida Urbonis with traffic.
This report is sponsored by SuperSure.
Do you own a small business? You need to hear this. A seismic shift is coming. It's time to get super sure. Not kind of sure, not pretty sure, not a little sure, but super sure. The seismic shift is coming. Super sure, coming soon.
Hey, if you are looking for a personal injury attorney, maybe you're not, and I hope you never need one. But I want you to write down the name. You might want to use him or tell a friend about him because he works like this. John Fuller will talk to you about your injury without you signing up, without you committing to anything. You can call, and on the first call, ask to talk to John Fuller. When you talk to him, you can ask all your questions and get legal advice about your personal injury. If you decide to hire John, it will be on a percentage fee basis where he collects only a portion of what he collects for you. Now, at such time as you hire him, you get his personal cell phone number so you can continue to talk and text privately anytime you want. It's a true story. John Fuller, personalized attention you get nowhere else. 303-597-4500. 303-597-4500.
For Thanksgiving. Yeah, it's good stuff.
I just haven't been over here on Calendar.
I know, lucky you. All right, so I'm not afraid because Ross is on the sidelines again. Every time Ross has listened to the game, Rick and Dave, we're undefeated.
Yeah. But when he's on the sidelines.
No, still undefeated.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That counts.
Yeah, that counts. Yeah, because he's got the IFB in his head, so he can hear it all. That's me, and I know we're gonna win. What does that think?
I think we'll win. I think the Jags are a good team getting hot at the right time. But they've kind of done that against lesser opponents.
Okay.
I think the Broncos should give them a hard time. I think it'll be high scoring, though. Like, the Broncos' defense is starting to show some cracks, and I think the Jags' offense is pretty good. Like, I think they'll get their fair share. Like, I'm feeling like a 31-24 Broncos win.
Okay.
Something like that. Okay.
Ooh, I like it.
Feels right.
That's a lot of offense.
That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking. Broncos catching their stride. Sorry about your Packers, by the way.
Oh, shut up. Had to bring that up.
And that offense looking pretty darn good.
Okay, I'll take it.
You know,
Now, I was fully convinced before, but now that I have, the Zach Steger's seal of approval, I'm so much better now.
A fun little revenge element last week. Nathaniel Hackett, screwed us, of course. He's now back with the Packers.
Okay.
He's now a defensive analyst for them.
Mm-hmm.
And Bo Nix has the best game of his career against them.
Yeah, I like it.
It's a little
I'm not really happy about that hire. What the fuck? Are we done?
He's got about 2 minutes.
I am very impressed that Shannon is being a nice guy today. Don't know where that came from.
It's just before the holidays. He wants a gift card from you.
Well, he's already going to get that. I mean...
Golden Corral.
Adam made him a t-shirt. Like the red beard one you made. We made you last year. This one is just simple. Shut up, Shannon.
I'm so tired of these fucking weirdo motherfuckers.
But he will get golden curled. My gosh.
Ted Poe on all the happenings and more on the Joe Pag Show. Tonight from 6 to 9 on 630 KHOW.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. So I got a guy that texted me and insists he can stand outside my house with a wristwatch that'll jam my Wi-Fi. And everywhere I look, it says that Wi-Fi jammers at best lack power and must be right on top of a source in order to jam it. And they won't jam it. They'll just cause interference. And this guy claims he wants to come into my house and show me. I need to find a neutral location. So if any of you want to volunteer, I don't feel, but first of all, I don't want to do it at my house right now. I don't know who this guy is. Could be a weirdo.
Wait, is his name Mike?
Let's see. What's his name? Let me go to my text here. Hold on. Sorry. I should have had it up. His name is, he doesn't give it, no, he just calls me Tim, but he doesn't give his name.
Okay.
He doesn't give his name. It's a 719 area code.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, we'll be back here tomorrow for Car Day. And to wrap up this show before we take some time off, and I want to talk about the best holiday movies and the best deals. By the way, don't forget the guaranteed lowest price for furnaces, renewhomeinnovations.com. That's renewhomeinnovations.com, the lowest prices. I'm Tom Martino. Save all your problems for me.
You're clear, buddy.
All right.
Follow Tom Martino.
See ya.
Martino. And stay